Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Imagine lots of people aren't doing too great. I'm channeling the energy of the collective energy, and it feels like shit. So yeah, again, I knew it was going to be rough, but it kind of feels even worse than what I thought. So talk about moving out the comfort zone. That's a bit this. I don't like said this. When it gets into this area of the Scorpio moon, I don't usually like to do a live. Um, but here I am. And again, now this is about teaching people to, move through difficult emotions and stuff and fear and blah blah blah. And it's not really necessarily that for me, but I'm just sort of saying I'm definitely in my shadow because which is like I always like to stress, that's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Oh, look how weird when I'm saying that, but that's what always happens. I hope the mic's on because I've just saw the card that says risk on the ground. Is that on? Yeah, it is on. Um, yeah, so like it's not the first time I've done it. I just prefer not to because it's just fucking heavy energy. But but I know from talking to many others, lots of other people are feeling like that. So yeah, there we go. Is that on? Yeah, it's on. Um, right, so like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if like not many people talk. Like I wouldn't blame you, but I don't believe in blame and shame anyway. But it's like I have to talk because I'm here. Do you know what I'm saying? So um, yeah, we'll just see what we get done. Right. So hello, how are you doing, Charlotte? So I'm just posting that link. So like I said, this link, just so that people know, this link that I'm posting, it is. I'm gonna wait a minute. Actually, I'm gonna. It's free, right? It's a free call, and like nobody's really going for it. So, but and I did kind of feel that would happen, but you know what I mean? It might be, I don't know, there is questions that go with the free call, that yeah. So it might be that people are like, fuck that. But like I said, it doesn't really make too much difference to me, to be honest. It was just because I felt some people might need it. So if you do need it, tomorrow's the last day of it. So basically, book it if you feel guided. But otherwise, obviously, much better for me if you're booking the paid calls. So just gonna keep it real. Um, but yeah, I just honestly do feel people are having a really, really particularly rough time. And the other really weird thing that happened is right, wait a minute, I'm trying to pin that. Fuck off. Why is I can't even why is it tinier than what it usually seems? I can't I can't pin it. Wait a minute, I'll do it on my other phone. Um, yeah. So basically, I think I'll be here. I feel I'll be here till about 10. But if I'm here later, I'm here. I'm in chaos, but keeping things moving, cooking tea, so we'll be listening. Charlotte, alone there. You're not alone there. But are you meaning like chaos with the kids and stuff like that, and you've got stuff going on, or hopefully it's. I feel a lot of people in a bit of a spiritual crisis tonight, tonight. And it's like what I warned people about yesterday. And I'm not being funny. I can't believe this is day two. I'm like, fucking hell. By my birthday, I'm just going to be like coming on to say a quick hi and hang with you and fucking be like, go off. And I'm telling you what, see, because I'm doing this fasting as well, I'm like, that's why I'm like this. It's like, I usually find fasting really easy, but because I hadn't done it for a while, I'm like, but there's a purpose to it because, right, I'm just going to free flow with this, right? It's like I said, I'm not just fasting. I'm fasting and I'm praying. And I don't usually actually say when I'm doing it, but because I'm almost out of it, it's kind of like it's good for your discipline, self-discipline, and it's it's breaking off any kind of demons or energies that are trying to get you. But it's like when I'm doing it for the collective, I'm doing it for not only actually the collective of this channel, but like the wider, I would say the twin flame collective 100%, but like even people beyond that. So it's kind of like it makes sense that I feel rough today. Like it's really horrible energy, horrible. It's like, so I'm just keeping it real with you. I've filmed a video for today too, and the usual, like I can never seem to fucking get that up before this. So it doesn't really matter because it's just the extra video. It's not like to do with the challenge, but it is, but it actually is. And, like, put it this way, right? Like, I'll use the cards to back up what I'm saying, but there's a huge energy of betrayal in the air today. Like either like and it's this is what I touched on this last night. It is to do with Jesus. I'm just going to keep it real. It is to do with the build up to Easter. And like I said, I keep stressing. I noticed ages ago when I noticed that I think it was actually my mum that was like, "Oh, your birthday's Good Friday," and I was like, "What?" But I was like, "Is that not the previous years when I have felt like horrible all day, and then often I've only realised at night, oh right, shit, aye, it's because I'm so connected to I just feel the energies of like particularly of like Jesus and Mary Magdalene so strong, but it's like this is the strongest I've ever felt it. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, like that's gonna be a very happy birthday, isn't it? But I didn't expect it to be a very happy, to be honest, because of that. I'm sure I will have a nice day for me, but I bet you I will feel the energy of what I'm feeling now. But hopefully it's not as bad as what it actually is tonight. But it's like, yeah, I've just noticed with like I said, so thank you if you have been sort of sharing and stuff, like people have been emailing and that. And like I said, it is all anonymous, but there's like, so you might feel like this is you, but trust me, it might probably isn't. There's so many people, and there's a running theme of like, yeah, just betrayal. I'll just, whatever that means to you, or like people feeling remorse for past betrayals, or you suspecting people have betrayed you, or fear, like for instance, right? So that was all the themes that I've noticed, and I could just feel whirling about in the collective. And then when I done the video for today, I was shuffling those block cards, and fear of cheating leapt out. Like I haven't watched it back, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see that it leaps out. So it's that's how I mean it. It's like important to talk about it, like because it's not just one person; it's quite a lot of people, and it feels like. But what I want to say is it's interesting because for some people, your fear or your worry of betrayal might be really quite valid. Like how do I know? I don't know who the fuck you're dealing with, whether it's twin flame, karmic, whatever. But for other people, I feel it might be your own stuff, like your own trauma, your own wounds that is, and this energy is just like perpetuating it, exacerbating it, like making it bigger. Um, and then, like I said, there's the other camp where you may be feeling remorseful because of like betrayals that you had, like you have betrayed people, or you feel you have. Again, it's like it's doing Jesus, Judas. Do you know what I mean? It's all backs. Like I said, it's lovely energy. It's like backstabbing, betrayal, like general heavy energy. But I did say that this was in the video today. It's like this is a deliverance in disguise week challenge. So I'm not expecting loads of people to be like happy, clappy, getting involved on the chat anyway. So thank you if you are. Thank you, Charlotte, right now. Lexi should be here quite soon too. But yeah, like I said, even if it just helps one person, then it was worth it. But I hope it helps a lot more than one person. But fuck me, it's really heavy energy. Let's just let's just see what we can get on with. And again, like, because of the challenge being about today is about this is the thing. It's funny. I did think about it before I done this, and like I never see anything as a oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's always a test. I wanted to see how it translates to YouTube, and it's not fair to assess it yet because it's only day two, but um, because day two is about taking some sort of action, and this is not really good energy for it at all, unless it's like you've been ground down to feel so shit you can't stand it, and that's what makes people take action. I could see that because right now, like I'll change the title, but like the Scorpio moon right now, is edging towards the higher degrees, and it's opposite Uranus and Taurus. So I know a lot of you know your astrology, and some of you will even know your astrology better than me. But again, we don't compare around here. It's just I do it differently, and everybody does astrology differently. But what I mean is for me when I feel into that energy, see even that, even me saying that, I don't fucking say that a lot, but it did come out. You know what I mean? It's like it's a real. I just feel wherever you might be quite a generally positive person, I feel even you could be having trouble because this is the thing I noticed. Sorry, I'm going to read what you're saying, Charlotte, because I know it will be insightful and interesting with our 29 degrees Pisces special soul that you are. But also actually that's true. You are a very special soul, but you soak up a lot. I know you feel the sadness of the world and stuff as well. So I hope you're protecting your energy today and anyone else that resonates with the words that I'm saying. But it's like I'd said to Lexi, because basically, like Lexi we'd planned to talk today so that she could help me work out what offers I want to put on at the end of this. But to be honest with you, it's like I never want to overwhelm people with things, and it's kind of like, and I usually always have like my big offer, my middle offer, and then like a kind of low ball or whatever kind of offer. But it's kind of like I don't think I'll be able to kind of work out how I'm feeling about that until I do the what right. I'm just going to close my eyes when I'm saying this because I'm definitely when more people arrive, I'm going to do some type of energy clearing because I just feel it needs done. Everything's energy clearing that I've done, but you know what I mean. I need to do some type of meditation or something even before the meditation tomorrow. It's like I was being quite negative earlier, you know what I mean, and it kind of took Lexi knowing me well to listen to like the way I was talking to kind of you know it was like she was sort of feeding back my own stuff that I've said to her to help her and to help others on here. And then it was needed. So thank you, Lexi. She's not here, she can see that, but I'll thank her. It's kind of like, um, and I just feel like you said, like that's Christ. If that's people, oh look, I just said Christ. See, that matters for people. Like if you're new, you might be like, what the fuck's going on? But when I always feel that really is kind of, and it's not a coincidence. Oh, wait a minute. I've literally put Christ on the thumbnail. I'm not even kidding. Like, watch this. I'm going to change it now. I've done it right before I came on here. Yeah, I mean, that really kind of nails it. It's not a nice energy. It's really heavy. So it's one of these things that sometimes you just can't change that. We will transmute it by whatever we do tonight, but it's very, very heavy energy. And like I was saying, before I always work out, like basically when I'm holding the energy, like I didn't even take my fucking pillow away that I sleep on. I thought, fuck, that's comfy. It's like, but it is butterflies, transformation. But it's kind of like when I'm holding these group things, I always forget how difficult it is until I'm doing it. And what I'm saying is if this is only day two, this is going to be probably one of the most difficult challenges I've ever done. And not because it's like all like really exciting and that for you guys. It's because of the how much pain a lot of people are in. Like I can feel it. So I'm definitely gonna I wouldn't be surprised if I cry in this, to be honest. Like I'm not even particularly wanting to, but I can feel it bubbling away in me because it's like I'm holding this much energy for people. But yeah, to borrow the toxic Love Island thing, it is what it is. But I'm definitely not going to say it's not that deep because it fucking is that deep. It fucking really is very deep. Hello, Lexi. I was just talking about you. I was just sort of saying about how I'm grateful that, like, if even someone is, I don't even like the word positive, but as optimistic as me, was feeling not very optimistic. Just yeah, just meh. The energy is just very heavy. It's more than meh, it's heavy. And I was just sort of saying that like some of the things that you had fed back to me, like things that I've helped you with as well, I was appreciative because I needed it. Like I did need somebody to sort of, I don't know, Because it was like I get lost. That's the best thing to say. It's like I get lost. Where's Jesse? I get lost in the sauce. It's like when I'm channeling anyway, but when I'm holding the intention for a group, it's even more intense. And it's like I I fell into like some kind of horrible feeling. And like I said, I had like 9 hours sleep. I didn't wake up before my alarm. Not really. I think I woke up and I went back to sleep, but it wasn't a big deal. And I know that within my own stuff, I feel good within myself, but I don't because I'm holding this energy. Do you know what I mean? So it's just fucking weird. Um, but yeah, so I'm just being honest. Like I said, I'm just being honest. Right, I'm going to change the thumbnail. Um, how did I do it yesterday? Ah, I think this is how I done it. Wait a minute. So I'm going to read what you are saying before I. That Lexi, that is cool. I will reply to that properly later. Oh my God. You are extremely talented, young lady. Um, that's really cool. Right, wait a minute. Right, let's see if it. How the fuck did that? I might need to give up with the thumbnail shit. How did I do that yesterday? That fucking alarm's getting on my tits. You know when you have the iPhone alarm and it's like, yeah, I know I've heard you and I'm doing what I was meant to do with the alarm, and then you forget to turn it off and it keeps going off. It's like basically everyone's annoying me because also the heater makes a clicking noise and that was really annoying me. I had to turn it off, so it's probably going to get quite cold in here. But I've got my pulling neck on and I've got my blanket and I've got my hot water bottle behind me as well. Um, I know what they're doing though. Like this is my shadow. So if you can handle my shadow, it's like I'm not talking like in my shadow like I'm going to be like fucking like it's not. It's just what I mean is like when I'm a wee bit more tired or I can feel it. It's like yeah, I'm just there's less of the kind of happy, clappy cheeriness, and that's good. I feel that's realistic. I feel that's good for some people to see that in me, so that you can just accept that about in you too. And also, oh shit, this is the big thing. I'll change the thumbnail in a minute. Look, this. So remember, as part of like the way that I channel with my shamanic energy, which is Scorpio moon right now, the last degrees of it, well, edging towards the end of it. Um, I do see as very shamanic. So I think what would be quite good is at some point to do the shamanic spread that I do on a Saturday. Like, let's just see what comes up with that. But I thought earlier, I thought that's going to fall off. It was like hanging by a thread, right? And I thought this is like symbolic of when you know something's going to break, or you know a relationship's coming to an end, or a friendship, or something that needs to end, or I need to leave this job before it gets worse. And yet, you guessed it, people. It was like after I'd done something else, like I was speaking to somebody, and then it was hanging off by a thread. Um, and then it was hanging off so much that I just pulled it off. So, like, if you read the deepness of that, that's symbolic of some of you that know something's needing to end or coming to an end. And remember, Scorpio is the death card. Something needs to end for something to be reborn. See what I mean? It's totally biblical. So I'm just going with it. But it was like I just pulled it off myself. So yeah, new phone case. But I've been needing to get a new phone case for ages, and I thought, oh, I'll just get it when it falls. I'll just get it when you know what I mean. So it is symbolic of how we. I know this needs to end. I know it's not good, but I don't want. I'm scared to change. I don't want it to. I'm channeling people's situations. And like I said, this will be many people, but I know the way that I channel it can feel like it's just you. It's not you. Trust me, it's not just you. I've had several emails from people that are scarily similar stuff, and I can just feel it even out talking to people. But it's like, and I can see now I can feel a real sharp pain in my heart. Right, wait a minute, I was just really doing my tits in. How did I change the thumbnail before? I'm just going to try once more if we can be patient. Thanks. I think it was this way. Live. Here's the live. Right, so there's the live. So maybe when I find it in my history. Yes, I think I can do it now. Jesus, thumbnail, here we come. There we go. See? One I prepared earlier. It's got day 2 in it, hasn't it? No, I have not altered the content to make it AI. I'm laughing. One of you said that to me. Do you know that somebody she'll know who it is, but somebody said to me, I said this before, but I was like, I was flattered. But she was like, said something about like, I'm just glad you're a real person, not AI. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, am I meant to be insulted or flattered? I was at the same time, I was both. Because I was like, she meant because I looked good on the shorts or something. But it's like that's like the best weird compliment ever, isn't it? But no, I'm not AI. I don't think AI could copy me somehow, but I don't if I can challenge people. Uh yeah, fuck, I seriously don't, because I've watched loads of documentaries about that. Fucking hell, if you ever see anything out there and it seems like something I wouldn't do, it probably fucking isn't me. So don't believe what you because I've watched loads of things about that. That would stop a lot of people helping people online, but it ain't fucking stopping me. Life's too short, so if people want to do weird shit, then whatever. It's not me. I hope that doesn't mean there's something else like that. But anyway, moving on. So, right, we've got Jesus on the thumbnail. Peace is restored. Right. So, I'll pick up with whatever I was saying there, but I'll now read what yous are saying. Um, but while I do that, I just wanted to the no, fuck that. I'll just deal with it after. You'll see the video that I done earlier at some point, but um right, let's see. So chaos. Kids, I'm their safe person and I'm struggling knowing they're traveling without me. Oh, where are they traveling to? Or is it because it's Easter holidays? Are they somewhere with their dad or your mum or something? Um Plus, betrayal energy in the run up to Easter. We happened to just be discussing Easter story and why chocolate eggs are hollow. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Um, just I'm chilling in the coffee shop, drawing a little something special for you. Oh, thank you, Lexi. That's nice. Um, was it what you just sent me there? Or because that is really cool. Um, 222. Job ending for me, defo. Surrounded with so much negativity, taking its toll for here. All right. Did you write that before or after I just channeled that thing with the case? That sounds like that fit with that. See, that'll fit with. Hello, Connor. How are you doing? That'll fit for you with that. But see how that could be like other people's like relationships or marriages in some case, or friendships or family. Like we're all going through it in some sort of way. Um, Oh, I meant to say your Facebook profile popped up in my feed a few weeks ago. What? Which which clearly wasn't you. What do you mean? Like, please don't tell me somebody's like fucking trying to be me on Facebook. Were they actually doing shit like? Oh God! Again, that's one of them things. Should I be flattered? Do you mean like? What do you mean? Do you mean like it's like crystal clear visions, or did it say like clear like? I keep me like you. Get a fucking life. What a bunch of sad. Sorry, I nearly said the C word, but it's like it'll be people trying to get money out of people pretending like they're the psychic or something. Yeah, Charlotte, could you actually tell the story? Because I would like to hear it. I was actually, Connor, thanks for asking what I asked in my head. I think it was because I was going to ask it and I was like, no, I think I generally know, but I think Charlotte would tell it better and I'll read it out and give Charlotte credit. That's what I mean. I I channel the energy of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, but I don't know that I would be so good at telling back the stories. And I don't, but that's the thing, I don't make any secret about it. Yeah. So, well, that tea is quite nice. Yes, while I'm not eating and feeling about miserable, that's the thing. Like, this is why it's good for me. Like, I'm teaching you. It was a risk, and it is a risk. I'm not gonna lie. It's like while I'm teaching you to push through some difficult emotions, I'm realizing that like when I feel, I'm not just realizing that now, but when I feel a bit crap, like I do like to comfort eat. And when you're fasting, that's a bit of a problem. And the thing that stops me from doing it is because I'm doing it for me, but I'm doing it for other people, and I don't let people down. Obviously in life we can't be perfect. We are going to let people down from time to time. So I'm going to let people down. You're going to let people down. But it's like that's stopping me because I'm not just doing it for me, because I'm doing it for others. It's like, and then hey, if I release a few pounds and they don't come back, it's fucking double bonus. And I didn't do my exercising before this. So I was like, oh, holy fuck. But because I just done it again. Holy fuck, this. Anyway, but it's like that. But that is the weird way in which they channel the messages through it. It is weird how I do that because I know that like that's quite. I'm not meaning to offend, but it's kind of like these words just keep coming out. But I'm in no hurry tonight, guys. I'm sipping my tea. I've got my blanket. We're just chilling. Let's see if Joan wants to come out the cards while Charlotte's writing the story of the hollow egg. Hopefully she is, because we want to know. But no, I'm also concerned about what you said there. So you haven't remember it was you and Brianna and somebody else got that whatever sometime last year. Somebody had like commented on an old post being like, I don't know, I feel you need a reading or some shit that I would like never say in a million years. Um, but the thing is, I've saw other people on here saying that, right? And then see when people do try to stop people doing that, Facebook are shite it, like they don't do anything about it. So some people are just allowed to just do that with your photo, scamming people. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I'd rather not fucking know. Like, let the sad bastards, whatever secret societies, sad fucks try to make a quick buck because they've not got no talent trying to pretend to be you. I don't really care. Let them bash on. I'll just pray that nobody gets hoodwinked and people. That's the thing that's difficult though. People that know me or knew me from there would know surely that that's not me. But people that don't know, and it's like if someone's putting it across as like a new, like that's But the thing is that's not my fault, is it? It's like fucking shite, isn't it? Don't let that happen to anyone. And bad karma for whoever's doing that. So if anyone's lurking on this and they're using my stuff pretending to be me, good luck. That's really bad karma. Um, and maybe when I've got more money, I'll take legal action against you. But again, like I said, nothing happens because they don't. it's, I'm just keeping it real. Um, Eggs are hollow to represent the cave. Yes, that's why I didn't ask because I knew it was something like that. Eggs are hollow to represent the cave that Jesus was laid in after they brought him down from the cross, being empty when they came back. It was sealed with a rock. Um, what's your fasting routine? You will be dropping dress sizes rapidly. You're exercising in a fasted state. I'm a badass Connor though. Don't you worry, I can handle it. Um, I'm not going to tell you because remember, I don't usually tell people. I mean, I'll tell you if I talk to you on my own, but it's like I don't usually tell people when I'm fasting. Definitely not when I'm fasting for a group. Um, but hey, it must be okay. I've done it. But and actually, I would love it if that were true about the dress sizes. But I've done this loads of times before, and no, I don't actually. So when people, that's the thing. Remember when we all got speaking about this before? Because some of you are interested in it too. Like some people could do like a 40-hour fast or a 24-hour fast or a 3-hour fast and like lose like a lot of weight. But because I've done it so many times before and I haven't, it isn't that simple for everyone. It's to do with hormones and everything too. And whatever fucking the hell's going on with me, it's not. And again, I think it is because I'm a shaman that transmutes other people's pain as well as my own and the world's pain. It just sort of shows how much fucking stubborn pain there is because I don't lose the weight. I just don't. Um, um, so yeah, I know some people do, but I don't. But let's fucking hope I do this time. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for the spiritual benefits. But hey, like I said, that's definitely going to be a major benefit. But then I would need to keep it off. So, um, but what's keeping me going is eating all my favorite food. Like basically, I said to my mum earlier, I was like, yeah, what I what I really want to do is I want breakfast food. Like that's my favorite. Like I need a fry up or I need eggs Benedict or I need something like that on Friday. That is a happy fucking birthday to me. Do you know what I mean? That makes me very happy. Oh, hello, Alejandro. How are you doing? 40-day juice fast. Yeah, the thing is, like, I've done things like that too. Um, and the juicing, I actually meant to do the juicing before doing just the fast and full stop, but I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to do, like, I'm doing nothing, like, just, water, and I'm drinking, like, tea, herbal tea, though that doesn't count. Um, and then I'm going to do the juicing, but I'm going to have a break because I can't. Juicing is amazing. I can't speak about how I've spoke about the powers of juicing for the past 10 years, um, and it does work. Like for loads of things, your skin, your health benefits. Whenever I've come across people with cancer, again, I know this is pretty rough, but again, there maybe it's like, um, when you're able to juice, like basically if you are struggling with cancer or anything like that, or somebody that is, if they're open to hearing it, like, that it's been proven by loads of different people, like the powers of juicing. I would do it like 3 times a day, like your life depends on it. Like, you know what I mean? But it's just like I've said, I've given stories about people close to me as well. A lot of people, um, they can't be bothered. Like even when you are facing death, like fuck, it really is a Scorpio moon right now, isn't it? But it's true, But if you do want to fight against certain illnesses and stuff like that, it's worth a go. That's the way that I see it. God forbid, I was ever struck down with something like that, that's what I would be doing. But anyway, people can just take what they want from that. Um, but I can't remember quite what happened, as it looked like you, but I knew it wasn't. Plus, but what do you? Wait a minute, Charlotte. We need Charlotte. Now you've told me you need to investigate this because I don't want to go back on there and investigate. I've been off Facebook and Instagram now for 5 years. I came off in 2020. I'm pretty sure I came off. It was either 2020 or 2021 when everyone was getting all fucking hyped up about some of the things going on in the world. Not the obvious. It was other dramatic things that I knew were staged, and I was like, I can't even. It's not to do with intelligence, it's to do with consciousness, and I just can't. Well, it's a bit of both. I can't. When people were falling for the bullshit, I was like, I need to get out of this, and I've not looked back to be honest. And then yeah, because I gave up my personal social media, like, God, I can't even believe that. It's 10 years ago now. Yeah, it was 2015. 10 years ago. That's when I left all my personal social media behind. And I fucking never regretted that for 1 minute. All the bullshit of the day you see there, just I always just knew when people were lying, like you're not even happy. Like, and it's not, I'm not saying that in a horrible way, but the people that like overly like kind of post fucking everything are usually people that are miserable, generally. And people that are happy like are kind of like a ghost town, you know what I mean? Because they're too happy to be posting about it. Not always that way. Sometimes people just like sharing photos and shit. But you know what I'm saying. We all know what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm just being the channel to say what other people don't say. Um, you made it when people are making fake accounts. Yeah, yeah, I know. But all I can say is thank God I don't get as annoyed about that as what I did years ago because it used to stop me helping people and putting stuff out there. But like I said, sad bastards, you know what I mean? Like, and they'll get their karma. Whoever people doing that to me and people that are doing that to other people, it's just sad as fuck, and it's wrong. Um, Takes a while though. Yeah, yeah, you're saying what I was saying. Takes a while though. First, your body panics and actually starts to store fat. Yeah, but even after that, like with what they say, none like that isn't actually the case for everyone, because like I said, like with the amount of times I've done a fast, I should be like a I should be a neat little size 10 or a fucking 8 by now. So it's not translating with me. Because think about it, I gave up coffee before Christmas. I gave up sugar for 2 months before Christmas too. Didn't even fucking lose a pound. You know what I mean? It's cruel. That's I have to work hard for fucking everything. Like, see what I mean? Victim. I'm not being funny, but I pulled a card earlier. It said victim consciousness. There is a victim consciousness today. Where is it? It should still be here. Like some things are just a lot harder for some people than others. Yeah, look, victim consciousness. There is a victim consciousness today. So I think they're making me show you that even I can fall into it. Just getting out of a 21-day juice fast or some solids and going back to it. Well done, Alejandro. It does take a lot of discipline to do that, you know what I mean? Like I'd actually rather do the 3 days hardcore no eating than the juice fast just now because I can't stand celery juice, but it's really good for you. Can imagine you would feel so good, but so bad at points too. Yeah, you do. You get the high as well. But technically speaking, I should be in the high by now. So you know what I mean. Maybe it's gonna hit me during this. You'll just see my energy level. It's like I think the energy is so high. It's just so thingy. You ought to use the breath. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. Yeah, that's the thing. Like for me, that's why I do it. It's one of the when I'm doing it for myself, I do it because it's about discipline. Like I'm very disciplined. I can, yeah. It's not about drink, but it would be the equivalent of drinking somebody under the table. I say this to people on Zooms. Don't try and think that you'll be able to stay on the Zoom longer than me. Like I've stayed on Zooms for like I'm not I'm you'd be horrified. I've sat on Zooms with people for a whole day, and yes, 24 hours. I'm not even kidding. I think the longest one was about 21 or 22 hours, like solid. I don't even know if I went for a pee or anything. Like the person did, but I can't remember that one, but it's weird. It's like a weird portal. I don't do as long as that anymore, but still long, but not that long. That was during 2020, I think, like or 2021. It was like, and it's always because whoever I'm doing that with would be able to handle it, and then we transmute the energy and send it out, the healing to where it needs to go. I'm on my way to deleting Facebook. Well, right now, did I put you off? See, I just feel it'll be even 10 times more toxic than what I ever remember it to be. Can you just imagine all the toxic relationships? Is it kind of like such and such is in a relationship, and then like 2 days later, it's complicated, single. Do you know what I mean? And that must be channeling the energy too. Um, Grounding earth and going to the beach, nature helps. Absolutely, Alejandro. That is a reminder for me to get to my beach that I'm very grateful. My beach, yeah, it's like my back garden. I'm very grateful to live near the beach, and I definitely need to do that. But I'm seeing this through, and then I might do that on my birthday or something. I am going somewhere nice on my birthday, but I will tell you about it after I've been. Um, Especially because Scorpio is about stalking. So do you know what I mean? Just to keep us right. We are in a Scorpio moon. Um, Interesting. You might inspire me to try this soon. Are you talking about the juice fast or the hardcore fast? They're both hardcore. I would love to fast with tea, but I'm not a tea lady unless it's mixed with lemonade. No, that wouldn't be fasting. But that sugar that takes away the point of fasting might replace. Yeah, do that, Lexi, because that's that you could do that. Because it's fat, I don't think it would be deemed fasting if you done it with bone broth, but it would definitely be good for you. It would be like, really purging, you transmuting um something like water loading part and storing the fat in the body. It does it first, but defo everyone, yeah. Well, it's like, why I've said before, like I'm a big fan of somatic movement. Like I'm testing a lot of that stuff with myself just now. And then after about a month from now, when I see the results, not if, notice I said when, then I will share what worked for me. But just because it works for me, it doesn't mean it worked for other people. Because that's what frustrates me when other people say, "Oh, you do a fast, you lose those." No, you don't. Depends what trauma you're carrying. You're losing waste, not weight. Restoring your gut health, stomach to brain. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, That's what I've been doing. Like for months, I have been clearing it's the gut, like which is all lovely stuff here. And then you'll start to, and then when you also do the somatic, paired with somatic movement, and you're slowly releasing the trauma, that's when you could see a shift in your physical weight. Most of the reason why a lot of people aren't losing physical weight is because it's trauma. And unless you actually, that's why if you're doing too much cardio, like you're running loads and you're doing loads of heavy things, that you're giving yourself too much cortisol and you won't lose the weight. You need to like balance your hormones, especially if you're a woman of a certain age. Um, but yes, hello Renee. I don't know if I said hi. I can't remember if I said hi there. Um, this girl can zoom you. Yeah, that's true. I'm a zoomer. Um, I thought, oh yeah, Red Rover, send Renee over. Could do with restoring those connections. Give that right. Yeah, use it right. Don't know. I use it for business, and it's all just reels out, and it's just disgusting things. Yeah, I must have had my earbuds in. Oh, but you see, now that's getting on to another topic, Renee. That's not good either. When you skip meals, you can put on weight too. I'm bad for that. Like I can, that's what I mean. Like something you might think, oh, that's fit, but it's like generally speaking, I really only need to eat my breakfast and my tea, like my dinner, whatever you call it. But um, and I think my body's just used to that. But yeah, we're all different, I'm always experimenting to find what works. But since my Zoom with her, my appetite got much better. Oh, that's so lovely. You see that, right? So that not going into all of Renee's stuff, but that makes sense because whenever I'm doing anything with anyone, we're healing trauma. And like that's what I've been talking about, especially with this challenge, is that's what I noticed within myself was this was years ago now, like about 10 years ago. Like, or maybe something that would be 9 and 8 years ago, but I didn't have a good relationship with food and I didn't realize it was connected to trauma. And then the more I healed my trauma, now I've got a great relationship with food. That's why I'm missing it right now, not eating it. But do you know what I mean? It's but I can still fall into bad habits. Like I've got a sweet tooth and I fucking love crisps, so it's not wise for me to buy them. If I buy a multi-pack, I'm gonna eat them all. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's that I know myself well. So like that, I don't like to speak to Zoom, but there's not really if I've ever had addictions, it would be sugar or coffee. But I've beat them, you know what I mean? Because I've been off coffee now for 4 months. Um, I'm going to go back to coffee at some point, but I've not been guided to yet because that kills your adrenals. And I know people that love coffee don't like me saying that, but it's true. It kills your adrenals. Drinking coffee first thing in the morning, you're killing the fighting chance of like it's people think, oh, it gives you energy, but in the long run, it's actually like, you know what I mean? It's not good. Um, it's really interesting. Don't know much about cortisol correlation. Yeah. I mean, it's like I can talk about it for a bit. I might confuse some of the words in that sometimes, but I understand it, but I don't claim to be like I'm not when it comes to teaching people about the science of things or that kind of. It's not my strong point, but I give it a good fucking go. Do you know what I mean? But it's like I understand it enough for helping me and helping other people. And I thought fasted cardio would have your pants falling off. It. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Definitely not. Definitely, maybe for men, but definitely not for women. Not at all. Um, it used to when I was younger. Like that's the thing. I could go if I put on weight when I was younger and I went a run, I would drop the weight like that. Not now. Not now at all. Not with hormones. Um, but I'm hoping for this. What Alejandro's describing that you get snatched really quick, right stomach, looking like an action figure. That's what I'm going for. That's like reach for the stars. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, I'm only joking. That's not why I'm doing it. It would be a bonus though. Um, I've grieved the flat stomach that I once had. I had a flat stomach my whole entire life, and I haven't for the last couple of years. It's like not great. It's like I also TMI, but I also missed that my boobs stayed at the same place, and now they just, that's true. The older women get, they just They just fall. And it's like, what the fuck's going on here? Do you know what I mean? This is just all happening at once. And then don't even get the grey hair as well. Like I said, I would be sitting here. How funny is that? I would be sitting here with full on like grey shamanic hair if I didn't dye it. Ah, we really are in the lovely, lovely energy of Scorpio moon. Um, the brutal truth. Um, Same here. My coffee addiction has tempered off a lot from a pot to uh, 2 cups. Well done. Yeah. I miss coffee. Can I just I just like I said, I just love a wee walk and a coffee on my own, or a wee walk and a coffee, or a wee walk and a sit down with your friend, or whatever. I do it with my mum a lot. And it's that's what I'm missing. Like when me and my mum went for whatever, we went to this wee place and we got like I got a wee high tea. I keep meaning to put that in the membership. Um like the pictures of it because it was really nice. Like that felt like my birthday basically because it was a nice sunny day as well. And I did miss having a coffee there. Do you know what I mean? Because it was a wee high tea. I just had a cup of tea, but a cup of tea is fucking boring. Like when at least when you're going out and you're going to like a cafe or something or a restaurant, it feels like, when you're having a coffee, it makes me feel like an adult. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like a cup of tea. Like I've been having cups of tea since I was a kid. Um, but I just know the health benefits are worth it. Like I will eventually for being able to stay away from coffee for that long and keeping at it, all of this will come together at some point, and I'll be glad I've done it. When I've got like, I've got abs and my legs are like slim again, which I've not been able to get for like many, many years. That was yeah. So we've all got our shit, guys. You know what I'm saying? The older women get, the longer and harder it is for us to drop it. Hmm. That's a limiting belief, Renee. You've joined right into the challenge without knowing it. Don't tell yourself that. um, so cool to hear about your appetite improving following a session, Renee. How does she do it? God does it through me, Connor. Renee, I'm not reading that out, but that's hilarious. I, it's like I was going TMI and Renee went even more so. Okay, I was going to make a really inappropriate joke there. Some, some people do that themselves. You know what I'm saying? Depends what you. Anyway, so oh dear. See, this is good. It was heavy energy, and now we're light in the mood. This is why I'm sometimes like I want to be in the chat. I want to be in the chat. Somebody needs to be here, Billy. You take over. I want to be in the chat. Oh God. Oh dear. She uses her shamanic energy. We spoke for hours, and I continue to heal more every day. Oh, they all know that. They've done that with me too. But thank you for sharing that for the people that don't know that. Once, there might be somebody that's lurking on here, and because it's anonymous, but it's amazing what happened. Like, so if you are lurking and you want to write something about that beautiful lady, that would be amazing. But somebody's actual facial features changed, like seriously, in a good way. Like it was something that they would have probably had to, I think it was maybe something to do with dental work or something that they knew that they didn't like about their face. And her face actually changed as we were talking. Talk about shapeshifting in a good way. She was amazed, and then she called on her flatmate to show them, and yeah, that person was like, "Oh my god!" Like that was a miracle. And again, I was kind of like a bit oblivious to what's going on. I was like, "I believe you," but I didn't. She's beautiful, so I was like, I didn't know either way. But she was telling me like you've done something, like, but thank you. So, okay, it's God doing it through me. Um, so you're telling me we pay for laser hair removal for nothing? That's what I mean. Oh my God, I've got a stitch. Fucking hell. I don't know what we're channeling tonight, but mate, it is Scorpio moon. It's not quite sex, is it? But it's edging closer. Excuse the pun to. Oh dear. Oh, oh dear. Oh my God, I found one white hair the week leading up to my birthday. One white, Charlotte. Don't even get me started. For fuck's sake, are you like, oh, Yeah. It's like I'm not getting. I would be fully grey sitting here. That's not happening. And it's so funny because when I've been in other places and they're like, "Do you know how toxic hair dye is?" And I was like, "Yes, I do actually." But I do a lot of good for humanity. So if I were to still hang on to my fucking wee cheap hair dye that I do once a month, I think that's all right because I help humanity. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm no fucking sitting here with grey hair. I might be 41 in a few days, but fuck that. You know what I mean? Um, when I'm putting those curls in, I look like I'm aging backwards. I'm rolling that way. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. I will have to embrace grey hair at some point, though. I think 10 years from now I'll have to. It will just be too exhausting. Um, when did the rest of them move in? There's loads. It's just my wisdom desperate to show up. Yeah. Well, my wisdom's been desperate to show up for quite some time. 24 to be exact. I think it started happening. Uh, Green juice, one cilantro part. Oh, look, now we've got to translate what cilantro is. That is let's get mixed up. Is that coriander or is it parsley? No, you said parsley. That must be coriander to us. Now, you see that, wait a minute, let me just see. Parsley, mint, celery, green apples, cucumber, ginger. Yeah, that's kind of similar. The one I do all the time is well, when I'm juicing, I do carrots, ginger, apples, oranges, lemons. You could get a little bit spicy and put more things in, but that's lovely. Like that might sound horrible, but that all tastes nice together. But when you want to really clear a lot of your gut and stuff like that, and just general all round health benefits, celery juice on its own heals loads of shit. Definitely like eczema and stuff like that in adults or children. And also like there's a huge difference between juicing and smoothies. Sometimes people get confused with that. I've spoken about that for the past forever. Like it's not that it's not good for you, but it's like juicing goes straight into your bloodstream quicker. So you're meant to drink it right away as well. Like whereas a smoothie, you could leave it in the fridge overnight. You're not meant to do that with juice. It kills the nutrients. I remember meeting a girl with anorexia who just couldn't accept what weight she was. It's quite hard to get. Yeah, it is, Connor. I've helped a lot of people with that, and that's why I kept saying when I was doing this, like if you're choosing to lose weight, if you've got issues the other way, then I can help people with that one to one. But yeah, that's really it's sad. But again, there's things that can be done about that. I've helped people with that. Um, because it will be linked to some sort of trauma. She actually just appreciated you telling her straight, you look like you need a fucking cheeseburger. Sorry, I'm laughing because I can imagine Connor saying that. Oh, Christ. Oh, dear. Oh, God. Do you know what? It's funny because I had that same thought. They keep showing me on my phone videos from when I first started live streams, and I was like, holy shit. My face was like so thin. It was like seriously, go back and fucking go and creep my bloody first videos on here or like on Facebook. It's like I was so skinny. Like I was too like I don't like it. I mean I like the rest of my body, but I didn't like my face didn't look that good being that skinny. Um I think people pussyfooting around these issues doesn't help the person, but exactly it doesn't. And again, I won't go too deep into that, but I've had situations where yeah, unfortunately, many a time I've had to be the person who take somebody out of stuff like that. And it has saved lives. But again, it's not me, it's God doing it through me. But it's just the fact that if I hadn't opened my mouth, who knows where, you know. I've heard that about people with severe eating disorders. They get off on being told how small they are. Yeah, it's this is the thing. It's like without meaning this to sound like shade, because hopefully people always know my intention. It's a cry for attention. It's a cry for help. But it's like body dysmorphia as well. I help a lot of people with stuff like that. God, I've been around loads of people like that where I can see they're a really beautiful person. There's nothing wrong with them, but they can't see it themselves. I mean, God, like that it makes you think of women, but I mean, there's loads of guys that'll be like that too. Like, That's what I'm passionate about, helping people be like, are you fucking? That's why I'm the friend that's like, you're looking fucking hot. Do you know what I mean? But we've all had friends that would be like for instance, I can think of one of my friends that like she's said that to me since we were really young, like since I was about 50 years. She's always said like, she's always been like, Cornwall, you look really hot with curly hair. You should just have curly hair all the time. And it's like, I do think she's got like, I do think I suit curly hair. Do you know what I mean? But I like my hair when it's straight too. But it's just kind of like, it's, opposed to friends that would be like kind of like, oh yeah, you look good in that, but you look better in the other one. But I'm going to tell you to wear the one that you know what I mean? Like this is what somebody wouldn't say. Like somebody can see. It's like what I don't miss about Facebook and Instagram is I could always tell when I actually did look really good in a picture or like one of my best pals or something. And these would be the pictures that actually you didn't really get any comments on saying you look good or that. And it's like, fuck you, I know I look good there. Do you know what I mean? It's like I know my fucking best pal looks good. Fucking jealous fucks. You know what I mean? And then I remember I said this, but I think I always get on this rant in a Scorpio moon. But then you get other kind of people that have maybe got an obscene amount of friends. And you will get people like, oh my God, you look so amazing. Or babe, you're looking so great. And then it's like, they were talking about you last week. I heard them in a club. I was in the next door toilet. Do you know what I mean? So what? None of it's real, really. Some of it will be, but saying it with a jokey way, but it's true, isn't it? That's why you got to validate yourself. Don't do it for other people. Like, feel good within yourself, and then it wouldn't really matter about any of this shit. Like, I could sit here with grey hair. I did. Go and look back at the videos. Go and look back at the videos from when we went in the lockdown. My hair's grey as fuck. Like, I look a lot older then than what I do now, even though I'm carrying a lot more weight now. It's true. Um, it's because of the energy, like the way I was feeling within myself, and also what was going on in the world. No fucking wonder. Anyway, moving on. Right, so it's taken me ages to get through all of this. Damn, I should have asked you to make me prettier with less wrinkles. Renee, you are beautiful. And I believe you said something like that on that call that I can't remember, but it's like all of our wrinkles make us who we are. Because I've got loads of wrinkles too. I mean, right now I look flawless. Whatever the fucking doom is doing, it takes them all away. I mean, this is not true. Like, look, like I've got deep wrinkles on my forehead. And I'm not getting Botox because that's just poison. Sorry, no offense to anyone that does, but I'm not doing that. I've got like a makeup thing that bounces the light off that makes it look like, look, even I'm going right up and it's still lying. I'm trying to tell you the truth and it's lying. Um, That's exactly what I felt like with her. My dad had a full head of grey by yeah, well, it's like my mum's, got bad eyesight and she went grey quite early. But I always say this, I wouldn't say my dad's age, I don't think he would like that, but my dad's getting on now. But he's always looked younger and yeah, him and my sister don't get the grey hair. It's just quite annoying. And she's older than me. She's like 5, 6 years older than me. Um, right, I'm just going to scroll through these. So feel like Claire would totally suit the grey Angelica Houston streak through the hair. Wait a minute, Connor. I do not like that woman. Is that the woman that is on The Witches? That film terrifies me. No way. If that's who that is, no fucking way. She terrifies me. Um, that's probably why I'm always going on about. Do you know what I mean? Like I knew when I watched that, I was like, there's a huge element of truth to that film. Um, Someone give me a daily meal planner so I can start. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Those things too, like say the motivation. Right. Wait a minute. Um, Lexi, did you just change your wee picture there when we were talking? It's like I can't just change. When I used to take my ADHD meds, it made me not hungry at all. And I look at the photos, like, good God, how come nobody told me gain weight? Yeah, I don't personally like any things like that. Um, oh yeah, I'm sure many people can. Body dysmorphia is huge for men and women. Like I said, if anyone is struggling with that, I can help people with that. from my own experiences, but for women in crazy world, it's really tough going. Social media postpartum started my body dysmorphia. Yeah, that's the toxic things about it. The girls in the bathroom never lies. Oh my god, you look gorgeous. Oh, you look gorgeous too. Oh, your best friend. Fucking never see them again. Um, Fuck being a woman. Well, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people do say that. I mean, I'm not even gonna. I don't think I should expand on. I'll just say. I'll just say what I really think, and then I don't think I should. At least all the sugar I eat goes straight to my tits. I can just hit them push-ups and pretend I've got pecs while I turn fat into muscle. Yeah, it's a lot easier for you men. Think yourself lucky. I'm only joking. Men have got it very difficult in other ways as well. I'll lose weight and there goes the boobs. Yeah, Renee, that's why. Right, so I'm now getting to the end of the comments. That's what I didn't like about losing weight. Like when I was younger, when I did lose a lot of weight, I did lose my boobs and I was crying in the shower. I know that might sound funny, but I'm not even kidding. I was because I love my boobs. But now they're a little bit too big. So yeah, my but it's like I'm like, what's happening? They're too big. So God respect women to go against the grain with these ridiculous beauty standards. Hey, as long as you feel good, that's what. Yes, exactly. But that's the thing when you get in an inner union and you're in unconditional love with yourself. To sort of pull it back to why I come on here, but I like this chat. Um, like I felt like I was in the chat. I actually felt like I was in the chat. I like that. Um, yeah, you know what I mean. I don't care. Like I am overweight right now. I'm overweight, and I've never loved myself more. So you know what I mean? But I'd still, but the thing is, I still would like to release it and not get it back. So, but I'm happy while I'm trying. Um, yes, you should go and watch Renee's videos. She's a beautiful, wise woman. Um, I did. I'm such an Aries. Got up to everything. Yeah, the witches and Adam's family. Yeah, yeah. No, I don't like that woman. Um, Not the actress, like, but I'm going to put makeup on one day and you'll all be blown away. Renee, you're beautiful. Stop bitching about your big boobs. Well, my big boobs don't stay where they once were. So anyway, anyway, now that we're talking about the girls again, this is funny because we used to it used to always go to fucking jokes about boobs. Anyway, right, okay, so right. Let's shuffle these because I wonder if Joan of Arc comes out because it's like we've all been very honest. See what I mean? It's but see how this energy that we're all kind of talking in is. This is kind of similar to my vibe all the time because I've got an Aries sun with Scorpio rising, so it's like raw honesty, like the brutal truth. I love it. Um, I got to pay a pretty penny for new ones. Wish we could just Venmo each other body parts. Lexi, you do not ever do that, please. You are beautiful the way you are. Don't do that. Don't put that poison in your body. Right, okay, so because half the time it goes wrong for people anyway. Right, so what have we got? What wants to come out here? And then we'll get back to the challenge. The Lemurians, yes. Clairvoyance activated, psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition. Well, what we've been talking about is a lot to do with sensitivity. Venmo body parts, heard it all. Fuck, it will be a thing before you know it. Christ. Um, oh, look, wow, the Lemurians and the blue beings. Light transmission, wounds healed, important information charging up. So, I don't think we're quite there with the wounds healed, but I think what they're getting at here is the Lemurians and the blue beings and the Arcturians and the Andromedans and all these kind of light beings are like helping each and every one of you, like in your sleep. Um, and it's just like, they're shedding light on what needs to be faced. And I do feel it is our traumas, if you weren't already doing that. Buddha, heightened awareness, make peace with your thoughts and your world. And then look, that's in line with what we were saying too, because it's like what I just said. Yeah, I could do with being a lot, weighing a lot less than what I weigh right now, and I'd feel a lot better about, well, especially when it starts getting hot and that's when I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, yet another summer's come and I've not lost the weight I want to lose. But you know what I mean? Making peace with your thoughts and your world. And also it's just when you're getting older, your body changes. You've got to, it's acceptance. whether you're a man or a woman. Look, and there's the wise man like God, the Melchizedek, divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. And that could be like talking about how we obviously I've done that and you've geeked up on your stuff to do with the body and weight loss and stuff. Openness, liberation, let yourself love and be loved, expanded heart. Because really, what we're all saying here, it's just good when everyone sort of shares and you realize that everybody's, oh my God, see, yeah, this this might seem like it's off topic, but it's not because it's about insecurities. Look, I've just picked up two of these cards. I didn't even mean to. Hot man's interrupting. Hot man, somebody's hot man. I like always say, if we find who's hot man, that is well done, head. But anyway, I care. I'm sorry for ignoring you and making you doubt how I feel. It was selfish of me. I care about you and I always will. I feel you. My spider sense is tingling. Are you thinking of me? Because I'm definitely thinking of you. Didn't even mean to pick them up, but that wanted to jump in. Um, Wanted to pick these up because these are about like wounds and stuff. So to kind of like bring it back a little bit, but I do like the chat that's going on. Does anybody? Oh my God. I was saying that it has numbers. Sorry for. I just looked at the time and it was. What did that say again? I literally just looked at the time and it's 21:11. Oh Christ, that is the. Oh dear. Right. Okay. Let's shuffle something else. Oh, that's so creepy. That was just beyond. It's just a coincidence. Everything's a coincidence. Um. Right. Um. Anybody got some booty to trade? Yes, I've got a bigger bump. My sister's got a massive bump. Sorry for announcing that to YouTube, but she has. Guys used to go wild. When we were in New York, they went to a club without me because I was very ill. And I thought they were lying. They were going on about it the next day, and they weren't lying. And yeah, I think I felt the heaviness. And I love New York, but it'll be third time lucky. When I go the third time, hopefully I won't get ill. But if I do, there's definitely something about New York that's making me ill. Um, Anyone got a decent left knee I can borrow? Connor, I will heal your knee when we talk. Um, I'll take it. Claire, Claire just said she has some booties for you. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's hilarious. Yous are all beautiful. Well, thank you, Connor. I feel we're all beautiful as well. Um, oh God, this is becoming a different type of live stream, isn't it? Right. Okay. So, right. Does anybody want? I mean, I don't imagine you do, but does anyone want to share? I don't know what your. I mean, I can't even say it because it's like, does anyone want to share what your insecurity is or your block or whatever you chose, or if you're wanting to lose weight or get healthy or like, I know that that's my thing, so they're kind of quite boring. But I mean, I've said that, you know what I mean? I've said it to you. Like, I started this before I started doing this. Like, I've now been consistently putting in a wee bit of exercise every day. And I'll be honest, I didn't get on the running machine today. Part of it was because I forgot, because I said to Lexi I was going to, and then I've just remembered and I'm not doing it late at night. But I will do my other gentle sort of exercises after this, unless I forget. But I want, and yeah, body part training. Yeah, because before you know it, there probably will be something like that. But yeah, if you want to share, you don't need to, and I'll just pick up on it. I'll just do it this way. If people want to share, I'll keep an eye out for it. But because generally, like basically, if you did, I just don't think it translates well to this. Because like if we were doing it in a more sort of private space, it would be you could say, and I know I said that about maybe getting people on to do. I'm going to do that. I just don't think it's for this week. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I want to do it, but I think I'd like to have more energy to do that too. But basically, I'll do that at some point because it's limiting beliefs are my thing all the time. I'll get some people to just come on for like a wee hot seat, and you can just sort of sit and say what's going on, and then we'll just yeah, do a bit of clearing and yeah, get you to sort of reframe whatever you spoke about. But that would take some people that are up for being quite raw and real, which I believe isn't impossible because you know I do attract other people that are a bit similar. Um, so Being back into the, yeah, get active and lose weight. Yeah, not always though, because I walked every day for 2 hours and I didn't lose any weight doing that. So this is what I mean. It's like, I don't think, were you here when I was saying all of that? But I think you came after that. But being back in the gym routine and making healthier food choices without making it a toxic experience, like putting myself down with negative self-talk if I miss a day or go over my macros. It's like, yes, so that is amazing. And you are doing amazing with that. So I usually hard on myself for comparison of others and how they got to where they are. And I also have a hard time knowing it takes a while. Yeah. Oh, nice. Well, there you go, Lexi. There's um stage strength nutrition. Nice. Um a good thing about Instagram. There is good, there is good things, but like I said, I don't miss it. Instagram wasn't my place. It was Facebook back in the day, but no now. The struggle is real. What's the saying? Comparison is the death of happiness. Do you know what's really weird? Holy shit. Where's that deck? That was the card for today's video. I'm sure it was blocking. I'm sure it was comparison. You know the blocking cards? It was the one about comparison. Let's see if it comes out again. So, right. So basically, I said this at the start, but the cards that came out, right, for today, which I know is what's going on with some people, it was fear of cheating, which, like, full disclosure, that's the one that calls me whenever I shuffle these randomly. What's my block? Shuffle that one. What's my block? I always get the fear of cheating one or the lone wolf, and I'm like, I can't argue. I can't argue with it. Do you know what I mean? So watch this. Will come out again tonight. But I feel that must be a lot of your one as well. Um, but yeah, fear of cheating came out, and but I feel that means that, like, again, there's a lot of people just picking up on the energy of betrayal with this week leading up to Easter. Um, but so just be aware of that in yourself, of being overly suspicious of people or feeling like your abandonment wounds being massively triggered and heightened. Or again, like I said, I actually do feel, let's shuffle these. I feel the masculines are feeling that big time about the feminines, like thinking that they're, I don't know, like it's like role reversal a little bit. Let's see what I want to make things right. You see what I mean? That kind of fits with what I'm saying. It's like I know that we have a, yeah, I want to make things right. I know that we have a soul connection and I'm still healing. Yeah, that I get what they're saying. It's like, so somebody that might have previously acted like they don't give a fuck or they don't care is now like feeling what you felt when they were acting like that. That's kind of a bit freaky. I realize all the mistakes I've made. Do you know what I mean? So again, like I said, it's not nice when people are going through stuff like that. I actually said something like this to someone earlier. Doesn't matter how some whatever you've been on the receiving end of, or however, if you've perceived that somebody's made you, because the thing is, in truth, nobody makes you feel anything. You allow somebody to make you feel that way. If you don't want to allow somebody to make you don't, you're letting somebody have that much control over you. But that's just counselor chat. Off the record, it can feel like others have made us feel like shit. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just defaulting to be, but it's kind of like I feel, yeah, that's the remorse bit. I feel a lot of divine masculines on the twin flame journey feeling like very all these horrible feelings, like, guilty and remorseful. And some of you could have been in that a long time. But again, this is what I mean. It's you don't people do act weird from a place of pain. Like you will have done it, and definitely know I've done it, and it's about forgiveness. I don't sorry, it's freaking me out. I don't want to be toxic anymore. See what I mean? It's like it looks like I'm just fucking blethering a whole load of random shit. It's the energy. It's people reflecting on how toxic they were, or possibly still are, depending on who you are out there. I'm scared you will reject me. And because of how toxic I was, I'm scared that when I come forward in a different way, when I'm ready after I've healed, some of you are ready now, some of you won't be. I'm worried that you'll reject me because I rejected you. I want to treat you, but now I want to treat you the way you deserve. And I need to tell you the truth. Who knows what that truth is for different people? um, I'm understanding. Well, like somebody's talking through me right now. I'm understanding. I'm facing my truths and going within to become a better person. I know I have a purpose here and I want to be able to work on that. That's giving Jesus vibes. I'm ready for commitment. That's giving Jesus vibes. And I don't want to be toxic anymore. Yeah. Interesting. Should we go to the Mary Magdalene deck? And isn't it cool that it's edging towards 18-4? Not because it's my birthday, just because it is the whole that means union. So it doesn't unfortunately mean union on that day. That's yes, I don't think we should hold out for things like that. But it's kind of like it can mean celebration because that's the Four of Wands, and it can mean like yeah, going through the fires is what I see it, and especially because it does happen to land on Good Friday, like being reborn again. The cosmic Magdalene, remember who you are. Yeah, that's what I feel they're saying. It's like many people, men and women, you're shedding back the layers and remembering who you really are in Magdalene's portal gateway. So it's like we are in a portal of sorts. And it's quite interesting because that's 22-9. That's like around the, well, sometimes it is the actual autumn equinox. So it could be saying something about the autumn equinox being important, but that's ages away. So we'll deal with that when we come in. Right. I'll read those cards in a minute. I want to shuffle these block cards. Because I want to see if the same ones come out. Yeah, but seriously, the comparison card did come out, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, someone is trying to reach out to me after betraying me. Ah, yeah, there you go. This is what I'm saying. That there will be a lot of that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people will be feeling guilt over how they've treated people. Um, and that's where you've got to, it's kind of difficult, isn't it? Because you've got to be discerning over who's worth your fucking time and energy. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sorry to say that again. I'm just going to say everything I'm going to say tonight is going to come across a bit like bitchy or shady. I'm not meaning it. It's just that I'm tired. I'm in my shadow, and nobody's perfect. And it's like I'm just letting call it being in your shadow, call it unmasking. This is when I'm not at my best. So if you can still love me, then thank you for loving me when I'm not at my best. And that's with 9 hours of solid sleep. But no, it's again, but like I'm all jokes aside, this isn't all my energy. This is channeling the group's energy. So this is like how, it's pretty intense, pretty deep. Um, but I'm just owning as well that if I wasn't like, I mean, I can, I'm not a morning person. And if I'd sat and done like loads of shit like on here at night and then the postman or the Amazon guy wakes me up or something, I don't blame them, but I'm just like, it's not the best start to your day, is it? So I was grateful that nothing woke me up until it was my alarm. Um, where was I going with that? Yeah, but this is the thing. It's like, it's like even when I say things like that, like there just really isn't anyone that I would be that bothered about you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean that I don't care about people and want them to be happy and that I don't still have love for them. I always want that for anyone that has crossed my path. But like I'm moving forward and I'm a different person now and it's yeah, like, if somebody, especially if somebody betrayed me, I wouldn't trust them again. That's a Scorpio thing. I'm Scorpio rising, that's a Scorpio thing. I just, how could you have something where you just couldn't trust them? But this is where I always buffer it. When it comes to twin flames, um, it's different because it's the other half of your soul and you're working through your own shadow and they're doing their shadow work and blah, blah, blah. And it's a bit different. And and so you've got to reflect on that upon yourself. If you turn your back on your own twin flame when you know it's your twin flame, that's some serious stuff you need to look at. And I'm sure some of you have been there and now you're not, and you are looking at that. But that's why it's like, there might be things that, whether it was intentional or not, my twin flames upset me with. But like, I would still always want to speak to him. And also the thing is, you can accept apologies from other people in my life too, but it doesn't mean you need to be like, you don't need them back in your life. So it's important to know your own boundaries. Um, the same way, like I'm sure I could possibly even help some people professionally, but not be like have them in my life personally. Like I could kind of, I don't know, it would depend. Depends how close I was with them before. But like I wouldn't. That's the thing, like because I've even had visions of it. I've had visions of people from my past coming to me for help. That's very like Jesus Mary Magdalene, isn't it? But you see, that could be them coming for help on here. That's pretty deep, isn't it? And I don't mind that because I don't fucking. Well, I was going to say I don't fucking know who's watching. That's not true. I do get visions, and I feel it too, which I feel is why a lot of people watch on replay because I probably would feel it big time if you're actually watching live. Like I have felt that's kind of a weird kind of thing, but as long as you basically the point is it doesn't matter how badly someone's betrayed you, as long as you're not sending negative energy back their way, you're doing good. And also, you might not be as strong in the forgiveness thing. You might not. But I know I've heard some people speaking. Some people I respect speaking like that they can't forgive some things. That's not me personally. I forgive. I forgive people as soon as they fuck me over. I just feel sorry for them too, though, because I'm like, oh my god, like you know what I mean? Because it's like yeah. Because I know nobody deserves it, but because I know I do so much for other people, if somebody sort of intentionally does something really shit to me to hurt me, I'm like, that's not a good idea. Do you know what I mean? And like, because God is watching, and I'm one of God's helpers. I'm one of God's angels, so it's kind of like I've sometimes pleaded with God not to like, don't, they didn't know what they were doing. Don't like, put them through any hard. And it's like, I don't know what the result of that was, but um. So anyway, this is a bit deep. Yes, I want your advice before I respond. All right. Well, well, I don't know if it's too much to say it here, but you can email me as well. But right, so if this is energy you're picking up on, I'd like advice. Well, again, it's picking up on lots of different people's bits and bobs, Renee. I can pull one of these cards for you because you weren't here yesterday. I'll not do it for the people already done it for because I already done it. It's a bit overload. This is a twin flame unless God has a cruel sense of humor. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? Are you talking about twin flames shit again, meaning like soulmate, like friends? Because I gave Renee a big chat about that. Twin flame is purely romantic. It is sexual. Okay? People that you have a close bond with, soul family, is like at a push you could call it soulmates, but even people associate soulmates with romantic, although it's not. If I ever fucking find that book that I read like about 15 years ago about soulmates, which I quote all the time, but I honestly don't have a fucking clue what it's called, and I don't know who it's by, and it really annoys me. All I remember is it had a red balloon on it, but it had things like maybe if I put it into Google, maybe like you know what I mean, maybe the words would be picked with maybe with all the AI, maybe I would find it. But it was something about, you've got scouring pad soulmates as well. And a scouring pad soulmate would be somebody like for instance, like I consider one of them a boss that I had in the past because they were just so beyond evil, it wasn't even natural. Like it's the kind of person that just keeps landing on their feet time and time again. It's like, how can this person be that much of a C word to people and keep landing on their feet? Um, and it was just like I felt a real sense. I mean, this could be so many people. It's not even funny. I've worked in so many toxic places. It's like seriously, but it was like I'm thinking of one in particular, and it was just total nasty. Just got a kick out of making people feel uncomfortable, like having a power trip over them. Yes, I'm describing a narcissist. I didn't know what a narcissist was back then, but reflecting on it, that was one big massive narcissist. Um, and it brought up a lot of anger in me. So I used to fight for a lot of injustice. But so I feel like she was a scouring pad soulmate. Like I'd like to think that person had a come to Jesus moment, but fuck knows. Couldn't really care less. So hope that's what I mean. I even hope she's happy, but I hope I never fucking cross paths with her again. But um negative karmic bond from high school. All right, so like an old friend. So that I mean, but what? So what? She's popped up saying sorry for something that happened at high school. Is that what you're saying, or was it? Did you were you friends with her for a while and now she's? Do you want me to shuffle these at your own risk? Anything can come out. They're pretty hard hitting. Oh look, it's already 9:30. Maybe I won't be going at 10. I thought I was going to go about 10. I'll set an alarm for like I'll go at 11:11 if I'm not going. If we might be bored as fuck by then. You know what I mean? It's like, but it's just funny the time can. The thing is, right? To be real with you, if I could sit on here like a long time, it would help a lot. Maybe help some of you, but it would help even people that aren't talking too, because this energy is really rough. Like I mean, like okay, so some people could be feeling like really, really, really low. So it might be quite interesting to watch us talk shite. You know what I mean? Except it's not shite. I'm only kidding. We're talking. I don't like. You know how I keep saying I'm only kidding. I've just noticed I've said that quite a few times on here. So I'm wondering if I'm channeling the energy of either someone watching or someone around you that might, when somebody sort of says something like somebody says something true and then they say, "Oh, only kidding," or like they say something horrible and like only kidding, which is that's not what I'm doing here, but it's kind of like what I mean. I think they've got me to keep saying only kidding because it's kind of like I don't. I've said this before. I don't like I'm not the type of person. I don't like practical jokes. You know what I mean? Like I'm so sensitive. Like I couldn't play a cruel trick on somebody because I'd want to tell them it's only a joke. You know what I mean? I'm like I'm shit at that. I don't get it. Whereas some people really do like that, and I don't. Hmm. Channeling something weird like that. No, telling me that she has a medical procedure, wants sympathy for a condition that was controllable, if not reversible, and tried until I was blue in the face trying to get her to wake up. That sounds interesting. Hmm. Well, the thing is, what you've got to weigh up, Renee. And again, guys, listen. Oh, wait a minute. Mercury's either in Aries now or it's about to go in Aries. Basically, even if it's Mercury the last degrees of Pisces, that's like the anaretic chaotic degree. And that would explain the extreme sadness in the air as well. Oh yeah, it is. So wait a minute, let's see. I'll get it. But tomorrow it's Mercury in Aries conjunct Neptune. Or Thursday. Might be Thursday. Um Yeah, so right now it's the last degrees of Mercury in Pisces. So that's why all this stuff about forgiveness is coming through. But there's real strong confusing energy, like confusion, illusions, trickery. So I think that's why I'm saying, like, look, some people that might be coming back for forgiveness are genuine. And I would say in the case of twin flames, is providing you're using your discernment and you know that actually is your true twin flame, it's genuine. But you should always be discerning anyway. But there is a lot of scope for trickery here. That's because the shadow side of Mercury and Pisces that's like massive lies. You know what I mean? But like I said, the light side would be forgiveness and unconditional love and kindness and uh yeah. Especially because Venus is in Pisces too, but it's now direct. People could be having huge epiphanies about, like I said the other day, who values you, who doesn't, who really loves you, who doesn't, what is unconditional love, what's conditional, what's been a big trick, and especially because Neptune in Pisces for 14 years was like a big spell that I believe a lot of people are coming out of now with Neptune and Aries. and that only gets stronger when get ready. Like Joan might not have came out of that deck, but Joan of Arc will come out over the next few days, I'm sure, because that's Joan of Arc energy, Mercury and Aries. Yeah, anyway. Um Diabetic that refused to stop smoking or eating sugar and now needs a pacemaker. Oh, refused to exercise with me or eat right. Hmm. I suppose that's what we call late learning the hard way, Renee, isn't it? It depends, but so what is she asking you for then? I mean, because it's like, you know what I mean? Like, are you just like resistant being like, I mean, we never want to be, I told you so. Please don't ever be that. It's never, even if it's got that vibe, look, I'm itching my ear. That's like because she didn't listen to you. But it's like, you never want to be somebody that's saying, I told you so, because it's just annoying as fuck. It's annoying to be on the receiving end. It'd be annoying to be it. Just don't be it. But it's much more graceful to be like, even if you did know something was going to go the way it was going to be, like, especially with somebody you care about and you love, to just, hear them out and try to understand where they were at that place and where they are now. And, it depends who it is. But I suppose what I want to bluntly say to you is if it's going to like take too much energy and it's somebody you don't even really know anymore, like, you know what I mean? It's, you don't need to, basically. So if you want to, if you need to hear that, I'm saying it. Um, she's just letting you know. But then, I mean, like, that's asking for you to be like, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I had tried to get you to exercise. You'll get a big fucking, if there's an emoji like, fuck you. I'm sure we can all resonate with that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. It's kind of like when you saw the writing on the wall of somebody dating a fucking arsehole and they turned out to be a fucking arsehole. Do you know what I mean? Well, I told you that. Do you know what I mean? I've done that loads of times. Do you know what I mean? When I'm like, yeah, he's a cheater, or he doesn't really like you, he's passing the time, or pretty sure he's got like a whole fucking, other situation going on there, and then you just like, no, I'm in love, he's amazing. Uh, that's not advice I give to twin flames, by the way. But I mean, if it was relevant, I would. If I fucking felt it, I would say it. But it's like, but that's more things that I don't know, just picking out the collective. You only see it when you're meant to. Whether it's a woman about a guy, or a guy about a guy, or a guy about a girl, or you know what I mean. You only see it when you're meant to. You can tell somebody till you're blue in the face. They're only going to see it when they're meant to see it, and usually it is through hard, tough lessons, isn't it? Again, speaking from past experience too, you wouldn't believe how fucking naive and I'm mega guilty of being completely naive but like I said in Mad Vet, it's because I've got such a big heart. Like, yeah, I just basically couldn't see through what I now see as complete manipulation and basically treating somebody treating you like a fucking mug. Um, but I was young. So, but I mean, that can happen to anyone of any age. But it's probably why I'm so scary now for any man because, like, you know, I am soft as shite, but like, don't treat me like shite, or I won't treat you like shite back. You just won't. I'll be like, bye. I'm going to share something in the community tab. There's a thing that's viral that I sometimes see it now and again, and it's like it's something like when you end a relationship with a secure woman, and it's the guy like, yeah, I don't really want to do this anymore. I think we should stop dating. I'm just not really kind of sure how I'm feeling, but I might sort of see you sometimes. And she's like, she's putting on her lipstick. She's like, okay, wait a minute, we'll improvise. She's like, uh-huh, okay, that's fine. And he's like, but I might still sort of like come round on a Thursday or whatever, and Netflix and chill. It's not exactly this. And she's like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. And he's like, but wait, maybe. And she's like, no, are you done now? And he's like, yeah, bye. That's a secure woman. That's boom, drop the lipstick. Well, it's actually a lip balm, but that's also a secure man. Like that's if somebody is coming and picking you up and putting you down, picking you up and putting you down, picking you up and putting you down, that's using you, and it's a karmic person. It's either a karmic cycle. If it's with your twin flame, it's a karmic cycle with your twin flame. But you've got to be very careful with that because if you're in regular contact, um, and you're letting somebody treat you badly like that, it's just unhealthy. It's not. That's codependency. It's not, and that's in the air too. So I wouldn't be surprised that it's not allowing yourself to heal and grow or the other person. So that's why I say it's most of the time. It's not always, but it's most of the time that's going to be a karmic partner I'm describing. But yeah, when you're truly secure in yourself, you wouldn't want because I say it tight. Look, it's no secret how much I love my twin flame to bits because I know who he is. I know he is my divine masculine. But like I've got boundaries and I unconditionally love myself. And I can only go by actions. If somebody wants to talk to me, they will. And he's not talking to me. So sick, as we say in Scotland. You know what I mean? That's kind of like fuck you then. But no, but except without the fuck you bit. Like I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm just accepting it. But I'm still saying my truth. That's still my truth. And it's but there is all that, to buffer that with everyone else, there is all that kind of the longer you leave something, the more confusion and illusion and doubt creeps. The longer you leave something, the worse it gets. I do believe that in some cases. But on the twin flame journey, it is different again because I do know that lots of people, we're all healing. We're all healing. Some of you are healing some real deep seated trauma, especially the divine masculine. And the divine feminine's you're healing your own stuff too, and it's all just divine timing. But that's twin flames. When it comes to other, not as we say random people, when it comes to other people that you've had in your life as like a friend or even like a lover, like a kind of that isn't a twin flame, like you've got to sort of weigh up. Like they might want that from me, and I might be able to give them forgiveness, but is this person actually going to add to my life if they hurt me that much? And then they've got, you're kind of inviting somebody in to do it again. And I know that's bringing through the energy of betrayal. I would be extremely discerning of anybody coming back from the past wanting to be your friend on this week. Doesn't mean they're all lying, but no thanks. With the energy like Jesus and Judas and that, nah. Watch, I've probably like I've popped the balloon on some potential happy birthdays, but I'm not holding my breath. I didn't get any happy birthdays from the past for my 40th, so I'm unlikely to get it for my 41st. And I'm quite happy about that, to be honest. That's no pushing people away. That's the fucking truth. If it's genuine and I can feel it's genuine, that's different. If people are remorseful, but it still doesn't mean that you want people back. So in your life, like if they hurt you on purpose. I'm channeling the energy of betrayal, guys. It's dark. But also doesn't mean you want them to suffer. You know what I mean? That's how I personally feel about it. But it just makes me think about like, a lot of people I can think of from my past, like they left me crying for nights on end and weeks and months on my own, knowing who I am. That's I think the hurt I think that goes for friends, doesn't it? When friends know you really well. And it's like I think when people have done that, I couldn't be somebody's, best friend again after that. I couldn't even some clients that I've had that I've been really close with that I've known me, but I go, oh fuck, this is really hard. I'm totally channeling the energy of Jesus right now because this reminds me of something that was channeled to me once about, yeah, you're not imagining it. Like people do hurt you more than most, like, and it happens a lot, and I'm able to forgive them. But the difference is, it's like before I would have forgave people and let them back in my life. Not now. Fuck that. Again, keep stressing, want people to be safe and healthy and well and happy. But if you're missing me now, why now? What's changed that again, I have to stress I'm not talking about him. I'm not talking about my twin flame. I mean, I hope he's fucking reflected on all this too, whatever the fuck's going on with him, but I just have to let go of that. This is more just like life really is too short. Like I spend a lot of time alone, and when I spend time with people I love, family or friends, I want them to be people I trust wholeheartedly that I don't need to second guess. You know what I mean? I don't know if that again I am pretty strong with that, but does anyone hear me on that? That's how I feel about it. I wouldn't be horrible to someone, but I'd be honest. I will tell her that I'm sorry for her, but I'm not inviting that energy back in. Yeah, well, you don't even need to be that honest. You could be like, just tell me what I mean, you can either tell me here or, you can tell me in an email. Because I can't tell you what to do, but it's kind of like with what you've said, you know, like, I think that's kind of like a polite kind of, oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you could just be like polite, like, "Look, I'm sorry to hear that." Sort of leave it at that and see if she keeps. But it sounds like an energy vampire, like somebody that's just wanting you to feel sorry for them when you try to help them. You know what I mean? Like different if somebody's taking personal responsibility and trying to change, but if it's somebody just like, oh, poor me, and you're like, I fucking told you. Do you know what I mean? That's for me. I can feel that side of the day. It's like I told you, and you didn't listen to me. Um, I'm sorry, she's way too young to be in that bad a shape. Yeah, that's a shame. These situations are a head fuck. It's obviously going to be upsetting for you to be hearing all this because you tried to help so hard to be reminded that she didn't listen. It's definitely not the job of the person who gave fair warning to try and minimize the damage caused by not listening. There we go. Wise Connor. As harsh as it can sound, but no, it's true. Like that's what I mean. Like like I've got love for people that I've either worked with in the past that have just went able. But again, like I said about them, I don't always jump to conclusions because people come back. It's different. It's a work relationship, but it's kind of different with me too because I get close with people, and it doesn't mean I don't get hurt by things like that. Um, but it's not. I don't make it about me. It's usually about the person. So it's different when I'm talking about stuff like that. Um, but I think it's important to remember that people change, right? It depends. I suppose what I'm saying is how close were you with this friend? Because people do change. I suppose if you were like really missing her and there was like a big, great gaping hole in your life because she wasn't in your life, that's different. But if we're talking like, this is somebody that if it's people pleasing, life's too short for that. You can say your niceties and be on your way, keep it moving. You've got shit to do today. Keep it real. But yeah. So I mean I am Scorpio rising and you're Scorpio, so I think you could probably be kind of similar to what I'm saying. Like if somebody intentionally hurt me, like there was a friend, you're not getting back in. Like and anybody that's been a like they know that. So they might be missing me, but it's not happening. I would because I just couldn't trust somebody. Like I just would never trust somebody. I might be able to feel sorry for them and understand and forgive, but I don't need to be, you know what I mean? Um, Still sad though. It is still sad. And there's too many people to mention that. I wouldn't mention it, but it's like there's too many people that have done that to me over the years. Um, but the thing is, people do stupid shit when they're young or drunk or angry or But that's when I would bring it back to you can't go around bleeding on people that never hurt you. And when I see a lot of things in my life, I never done anything to hurt you, and I feel like a lot of people actually intentionally done stuff to get attention or to hurt me, and that's when I'm like, that's you got to steer clear of that. That's fucked up. And if you are the person that's done something like that to somebody, forgive yourself and go and get healing, go and get therapy. Talk to somebody like me. I'll. People don't need to say it, but people watching this at some point on the replay will be able to attest that I have listened to things that people are not proud of that they've done to others, and it lifts something. Don't beat yourself up. Even people that might have perceived they've done something wrong to me, like I said that in a live not that long ago. Like, I think it was a few days ago or last week. I wouldn't want anybody sleepless, not being able to sleep about something that they feel they've done to me or hurt my feelings or something. Like, I wouldn't want anybody to be doing that because it's just a horrible feeling. Um, you know what I mean? I think that's it. But you also don't need to be guilt tripped into because it's just this is exactly how I feel about things. Um, well, I returned her text and just tried to reassure her that it'll all be fine. I've had 6 brain procedures and she was never there for me. Yeah, this sounds like sorry to say, but this sounds like a bit of a selfish friend. that, and this is quite interesting because I was getting things like this earlier. I was just when I'm randomly just pointing about my house, and this is kind of matching up. So I think I was picking up on. I was seeing scenes from films where it's like narcissistic friends, where it's all about them, and you're kind of like hold, holding the phone or holding the bag, and it's like they're not kind of really asking about you. That's like that Brittany runs a marathon that I've spoke about before. So maybe that's why they were showing me scenes like that. And the thing is, if you've ever been around anyone like that, when you wake up, you can't even believe that you allowed yourself to be like, you know, treated like that and that you actually thought that was a friend. Um, and so some of you might be going through that. That's all you can do. People almost use their terrible decision making against people who try to help you. That's the thing, like that's why you got to be careful who you help. I've learned that doing this, like just keeping it fucking 100. I have helped people, like given my all, spent hours with them, and I mean I've said before, and again it's not pinpointing anyone because a few people have done it. Some people have betrayed me like jaw-droppingly, like some people have given me like massive statements about how I saved their life or this, that, and the next thing. And then this, so, just saying for other professionals like there, you are taking a risk every time doing still is. But again, like a wise person once channeled to me, I wouldn't stop being myself because of that. Just because they're going to fucking turn around and betray me doesn't mean I'm going to become a horrible person. Doesn't mean they're a horrible person either, but they've made a horrible decision to be horrible to somebody that doesn't deserve it. That and me, that's people have done it to me, but I'm sure people have done things like that to you. But anyway, hey, I just wanted to tell you I go May 12th for my what is that all she said? For my pacemaker installed. But when was the last time you spoke to her? Like, what the fuck you meant to say that? That would feel like somebody you've been friends with for years, like, hey, just letting you know. You know what I mean? Like it's like when people make you feel like, all right, just letting you know when this, and this happened to me, and you were nowhere to be seen because you decided I wasn't worth being around or you didn't value me in your life. But I didn't bother to send you a wee sentence to make guilt trip you. But you know what I'm sorry, I'm just kind of using a bit of it, but you know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you meant to say? Like, all right, okay. Um, no, she used me and manipulated me. Nah, Renee, I've not even read the rest of it. I don't need to. She used me, manipulated me, ruined surprises that my love had planned for me. Right, that's a narcissist. No, you're not letting her back in. Sorry, I've just made it. I don't tell people what to do, but you've told me enough. That's why they were showing me scenes of that film earlier. No, no. Watch that film and you'll get what I mean. In that film, she's trying to better her life. And I feel that film is symbolic of where a lot of divine masculine are. Like, because you are the divine masculine, you're connected to it. It's like you're trying to better your life and somebody's trying to drag you back down to where they are or where they want you to be, keep it moving. Keep it moving. It would have been a bit different if it was somebody that was like really missing you, remorseful, genuine. But when there's no apology and there's no personal responsibility, acknowledgement for anything that they've done to you, why you that's not genuine. It's just victim mode. Um, or people that flip things to make it, people they're that's the worst when somebody tries to make you think you've done something bad to them and it's them that I'm like, oh, head fuck. Yeah, it's a good night, mate situation. Good night, mate. Aye. Enjoy your night, mate. Glad you came through those. Oh dear. Um, I think you mentioned this coming in our Zoom. Oh God, of course I did. This is the thing. Like, you see when people say that to me, like it's not me. It's the guides and God channeling it through me. Somebody else recently, I mean, quite about I think three different people have said, like genuinely, three different people have said something to me like this in the last week. There was another woman that I had this. That was the first session I'd had with that woman, and she was like, "What you said again, because this could be anyone." But she was like, "What you said about my," it was something like, it was like I think it was neighbors or a friendship group or something, probably something along the lines of watch your back. I don't know what it is. I'm just feeling it, and that's now happening. Oh, the wee circle's going round and round. That's interesting. Am I still live? They don't like our chat. Hmm. Looks like I'm still live, but the wee circle's going round and round. Let me know. Am I still here? Oh, wait a minute. I need to. That's what I'll do. While the circle's going round, I'll look at your comments because it takes me about a million years to. Manipulated you, ruined surprises that my love had planned for me. That sounds like a jealous fucker, Renee. You do need her back in your life. She's no getting back in. Um, am I wrong, guys? I'm open to you saying that that's not fair, but I mean, why would she look? She would give nothing to your life but grief. No, she's not getting back in. That's a test. Um, right, right. Let's see. But yeah, basically things that I'd warned people about like a month ago are coming true. I think collectively and personally in sessions, but and beyond that, because it's just God speaking through me. I don't say that for no reason, and I don't catch anybody else saying it like that either. Yeah, she couldn't be bothered to house sit for me during mine for 2 days. She's already texted me back. Yeah, energy vampire. Yeah, just I guess. But the thing is, like, you might just don't even. That's a waste of energy. I wouldn't even. Just imagine you were going through what she was going through. How would she react, and vice versa? Block, yeah. Hashtag block. Exactly, Lexi. Hashtag chat GTP cease and desist. Hell, this seems a bit brutal, but it's fucking true, isn't it? It's Scorpio moon. This is a fucking brutal truth. The guys, I'm not being funny. This moon is conjunct my Mars. This is why I'm like, no. Are you fucking kidding me? You think you can treat me like a bit of shit on your shoe and then come back and be like, oh, can we? No, sorry, I don't think you knew who you're dealing with. You know what I mean? That's valuing myself. That's when you've reached that level of loving yourself properly and healing your trauma. You won't let anybody come back like that. I couldn't care less how long I knew you or who you were to me or how many secrets. No, that's the reason why you shouldn't have done that. You know, we shared so much time together. Yeah, that's exactly why you shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? I'm sure you're all somebody that somebody's going to miss, and I know that I'm somebody that someone's going to miss. And again, must stress, I hope people are happy, but they'll have to be happy without me in their life. Um, she hasn't reimbursed me for her mother's funeral 8 years ago. Right, sorry. Now I'm sorry to laugh. Now I'm laughing out of nerves. This is getting a little bit more serious today. Because I'm imagining you didn't lend her a fiver kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? That's actually not funny. That's like sorry, I need to actually get that's actual financial abuse. Like, can we just get real here? Which is really interesting because my guides were also talking about something that happened to me a long, long time ago. Because if we're even, yeah, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, that's serious. Good shit, sorry, I laughed. But fucking hell. Thank you, Shark. You can still see me, right? Fuck, nobody, fuck, get your money back first. And now she wants someone, no, Renee, no, please, God, no, we're protecting you. No. Now she wants a warm and cuddly Scorpio. I don't think so. Exactly. Boom. You've just remembered who the fuck you are. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. No thanks. You know what I mean? I'll never see that money corner. Yeah. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for somebody to do that. And then, oh God. Want me to ask ChatGPT how to get the money back? I'm sorry, Renee, that yeah, no, but you know what, Renee, next time we do a session or something, or even now, I'll just pray that you actually do get your money back. Even if it's not from her, because that's horrendous. That's disgusting. Obviously, don't wish bad on anyone, but legit sounds like Count Dracula. Exactly, though. That's what I'm saying, though. It's like that's disgusting. Sorry. I'm just being really honest, but that is embarrassing that if she's you could be like, oh right, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, how's your man? I'm joking. You couldn't say that. I'm sorry to hear that, but you want to give me my 5 fucking grand back? I'm flabbergasted. Friends since we were 13 till 50. Oh, see, that's somebody manipulating you, though, unfortunately. And this is the thing, like, I bet you, people, so many people hate me right now, but I'm just going to tell the truth. it's people like that you've been friends with since you were wee that are so. I actually said this to somebody recently that like it was somebody else in my life that was like, what it is, but basically it's like when somebody's known you since you were really wee, they'll know you really well and they know how to manipulate you. So that's sometimes the worst types of codependency. Do you know what I mean? Um, and people just don't want to hear it because they're attached to like, oh, we've been friends for 40 years, we've been friends for 30 years. And I'm like, I'll listen and I'll be like, right, okay, like what is so good about your friendship? And sometimes people can't even like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's it's but it's such and such. And it's like, yeah, well, such and such sounds like a dick, you know what I mean? Like, I'm only joking. I wouldn't say it like that unless it was needed. But it's kind of like, yeah. I just don't have a lot of. I've got a lot of patience, but I don't have a lot of patience for hanging on. It's like people that make people their bridesmaid in that, just because it's like you've been friends for like a million years, and like it's putting up a show. I think how many people do you know? I know loads of people, like like not close friends, but I've heard stories before where it was just keeping up appearances that like for the appearance of the wedding, like someone will be a bridesmaid, but like they're not friends like 6 months later or a year later because it's all just bullshit. Like you know what I mean? Like that's why I've got like my best friends I can count on one hand, and it's just like it's getting smaller and smaller, but it's because it's like when I think right, who do I want to run to when my whole world is falling apart, and it's one fucking person that always springs to mind, and that's my best friend. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean I've not got other people that I consider my best friends, but there's one person that is always there for me when I need her, and that literally actually has been since I was 12. That's rare. So that's a rare example, but it's a true one. Um, yeah, and she's had to deliver tough stuff to me sometimes. Um, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's a real friendship. So that's something I cherish. But it's not a coincidence we're both Scorpio rising. You know what I mean? Whenever I've had friendships with somebody at Scorpio rising, it's a very, very close friendship. And you're usually on the same page. But equally it can hurt just as much if you fall out with people like that too. That's probably the ones that hurt the most. Well, it's not probably, it definitely is the ones that are the most I'm speaking for, but it's kind of like I said before, I still love people a lot and hope they're happy. Um, where did we get to with this? God, this is deep. This is deep. Um, who needs enemies with friends like that? Exactly. Exactly why I don't have any friends except here. Yeah, again, it's not quite that way, Renee, but it kind of is. You know what I mean? Like, um, it's embarrassing that I allowed it. But the thing is, you don't need to be embarrassed. I mean, I can't help that you're embarrassed about it, but like I'm embarrassed about like literally, it's really weird. Like I was literally thinking about I was thinking about some of my literally just hours before this, and now I know why they were doing that. I was thinking about something scarily similar, about how embarrassed I was and how I allowed myself to be treated in some situations. So if it helps any, you're not alone. We only see it when we're meant to see it. This is obviously in the collective. And cause Renee is in the divine masculine energy, like most people on the chat, I feel that's happening to a lot more of you than are even talking. So you don't need to be ashamed of anything. It's happening to me too. Happened to me. Oh, happening to me probably is fucking happening because I just said happening instead of happened. Um, Sometimes you just need to burn it all down. Once the house is burnt down, we can see the moon and the sun easier. Very profound, Connor. um, Yes, Lexi, it's not very good to talk about food. You done that earlier too, Hen. I'm fasting, remember. Fuck you. And I'm not joking. Don't talk about food for fuck's sake, but enjoy your food. Oh, now I want a burger because you said that. Somebody spoke about a burger earlier, and I'm like, oh my God, I want a burger. Um, but when I've ordered a burger from Just Eat, I'm not going to mention names, but it was the worst. It makes me feel sick. Did you see it? It was the worst fucking burger I'd ever had in my life. It made it look amazing in the picture, and it arrived, and it was like you wouldn't even eat that when you're drunk, kind of bad. Do you know what I mean? Um, Yeah, she would pit me and my sister against each other. Oh my God. Like, I'm sorry. I want to know her chart. Don't let this woman back in your life. I know you're not gonna, but no, no. Renee is like the sweetest of the sweetest. I don't want to be hearing that. You know, no, just no. Oh my fucking God, where's the meme where the little girl's smiling while the house is burning behind her? So I don't know if I know that one. Yes, Connor, burn it down, not rebuilding. Having one person like that is totally, but yeah, no, honestly, like like I always say, she's like an earth angel to me. So people say that I'm like an angel all the time, but she's my earth angel. And also the thing that's so sad about it is like the last time I saw her, I was crying my fucking eyes out to keep it real. And I was like, why? Do you know what I mean? I just fucking for once want to be able to tell her something nice has happened. I'm actually, like I said, I'm falling into the doom and gloom of Scorpio moon, but like there is now and again, like for instance, like sometimes when I land a bigger client or I don't know, money's coming in better, or I'm just generally quite happy in my life. Again, which is that's I suppose that's what it is. Most of the time I am quite happy in my life, but it's because I know where she sits in my chart, and it's funny, she sits in the house of friendship with it. So it's like she is meant to be that she's meant to be that for me. You know what I mean? And it's like I know that, and even she knows it. And then even I was looking at when I was saying that about my chart, and it's I suppose it's because she can hold that because she's in a loving relationship, beautiful kids, and good job, happy and everything. So it's like, but yeah, it's just oh God, that's making me want to cry. I do it like, but see, it's like that's when I need grounding. I think about she's somebody that grounds me. Um, Oh, it's all right. You don't need to cry. Like I say, it's fine. It's fine. I'm doing all right. I mean, I don't know. Well, if I need to pee, I'll just end the live stream. But, um, right. Yes. Right. So let's shuffle some of these because I've been shuffling them for ages and we've been chatting. But let did you a million years ago? Did you? Well, now it'll be interesting after we spoke about that. Do you want to see what comes out of here, Renee? Because this is like basically it's about what's blocking you. So it's kind of aimed at like well, it says singles and relationships oracle, so it's kind of based at like romantically, but it can be otherwise. Fuck, half the deck just fell on the ground. So we'll see, but usually it works out. Right, let's see. Is there anything that Renee needs to know about what's blocking her? I think we're on the same page. I think you just asked that like before I said it because the chat's so slow. I heard you telepathically. Like where the fuck's my card? I'm joking. Actually, Renee, let's use the runes because Renee got me these rune cards and Renee wasn't even here. So we could use some rune. That's what I'll do. I'll pull a rune about it. Right. So, um, what what is blocking Renee? If it's got anything to do with that friend or anything else, it would make sense. Sorry for laughing. This makes perfect sense because remember, this is all about your friends, right? Because you certainly aren't doing this with your man. Because I'm sorry, but I know I said it before, but any man that brings somebody flowers just because, and once a week if you don't fucking mind. Hello, hashtag not gel, envy. Like it's kind of like we shouldn't make it jealousy or envy. We should make it that's goals. You know what I mean? That's reframing. But don't stay with someone who isn't right for you just because it's safe. That's about the friendship. If you fall back in to a toxic friendship that quite clearly you have categorically described a toxic as fuck friendship, because not only was she selfish, but she didn't pay you back a shitload of money that was for her mum's funeral. I mean, sorry, could you get any lower? Like, sorry, but just saying. Um, oh, it's not weekly, spontaneously. Well, that's even more fun. That's even more fun. Just randomly. I thought it was a Tuesday thing. Is it just like so? It's not. That's maybe more fun. Anyway, I don't care whatever it was. I felt his beautiful energy. He didn't say anything, by the way. I just feel people's energy. I felt the synergy. She's toxic as hell. Right. Well, you're answering your own question. Do not, yeah, do not engage. Cease and desist. Whatever they said. Hashtag block. You know what I mean? Oh dear, too much. Exactly, too much. Too much. No, you're too much. You tell others too much about yourself all at once. Sit back and listen more. But you see, like, I know what they're saying with these cards. It's like, that's what she didn't do. That's what this person didn't do with you. It was all about her. And she's not been there for you when you needed somebody. And she didn't listen to your advice. Yes, random Tuesday or Friday, maybe a Monday. Doesn't matter what day. It's the thought that counts, and it's beautiful. Insecurities. Yep. Sorry, the guys are talking. Work on building your confidence and feeling safe in your relationship, but it's insecurities. They're talking about her. That's somebody that's like, probably sensing, or let's face it, is there any chance? I mean, I hope not, because then she could maybe find here. But it's like, is there any chance that does she know, like, is there any chance she could be like sort of watching what you're doing and seeing that you're happy? You know what I mean? And that's sometimes the sad thing about human nature. Oh, look, they're happy. I'll just kind of, I'm not very happy. I'll just try and fucking leech off them. Energy vampires. Um, yes, all about everyone's business and not our own. Yeah, that's no my cup of tea anyway. Um, you cannot experience true intimacy unless you open your heart and be vulnerable, and be yourself. But the thing is like you don't want like that's like but see that's why they made me say like that. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be vulnerable with somebody I don't fucking trust. So you're only going to get me being vulnerable with you one to one if you show me that I can trust you. So you know what I mean? And if somebody's already fucked you over, how are they meant to do that? Through their actions. But you would have to care. That's why I always say, like, the only thing I can sort of think that is, I have to keep saying it because I'm a twin flame channel, is the only person I would want to make the effort to trust again is my actual twin flame because I know what twin flames are. Other than that, like, tell me why I should care, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean you don't care about people, you don't want them to be happy. But why should I care to spend my time trying to add to your life when you left me feeling at my lowest? No thanks. I've just picked up a dark deck when I said that. Um, guys, again, like I have to stress, that is part of my involuntary movements to do my mediumship. I don't know why I just picked up that deck, but shit, I just picked up deceit. And look at the way I was saying it, because I was like, that's kind of harsh, but I think that's confirmation for me that like that's like people that have been deceitful to me in the past. That yeah, you're right. Don't let them back. They would do it again. That's really funny. It's not funny, but I mean, it's just total confirmation. Also, she doesn't look too friendly. This is like people that would like viciously do things behind your back, deceive you, and hope you never find out. That might not be that harsh for some people. That might be like, it could be other things like people have just fucked up when they're drunk and that, and then like, oh shit, I feel bad. Doesn't even mean it's dark, but that in the case of you, because I'm still doing your cards, it's like she's deceitful. You know what I mean? She would fuck you over in a minute. Why the fuck would you let somebody back like that? It's a Judas. Trust is a hard thing to rebuild with Scorpio Cancer, me. Exactly. Total confirmation. There is hard hitting ones in this deck, but deceit. And it was the way in which they were making me say it, giving me things that have happened to me. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I couldn't care less how nice you try to be to me. I can feel what you really like. It's like people that come back and they try and stick up your arse. Like I'm prepared for that. Like, look, start from the bottom, now we're here, and we're still climbing our way up the ladder on this channel. But when this channel starts gaining more traction, and I'm, all the people that were gossiping behind my back, being like, oh, look, she's only like, a couple of hundred, or what's she trying to do, or blah, blah. And then, you grow, oh, right, I'm growing, all right, oh, this is actually against her, oh, all that kind of energy. Because there will have been people that done that. Um, anyone that sort of, oh, I haven't spoke to you for years. No, maybe just keep it that way then. I wasn't important enough to bother about the last few years. Why are you saying hi now? People that try me, oh, have you got a YouTube channel? I didn't know. Well, that's funny because like God shows me visions and I've seen you fucking watching. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just don't, please don't even insult the intelligence. Oh, love. Yeah, focus on the love. Focus on the love that's in your life, the love of a good man, a loyal man, and yourself. And anybody else that brings love and joy to your life. Everyone else can just, I mean, it's the trick of even trying to come back into your life is what I want to say. Summon, yeah. Don't want to summon her. Send her away. Chaos. Oh my God, these cards, look at these cards. Because these aren't really like, these are like, are these, I think these ones might be called Dark Goddess or something. I got them for like shadow work and like, and that's what we're in a Scorpio moon. Chaos. That's what she would bring to your life. This is not just Renee. This is like I'm channeling. This is like a Jezebel spirit. This is for a lot more people than you. This is like this is somebody else needed confirmation that if you let that person back in your life, they would cause chaos and they would deceive you again because the card was deceit and chaos. So I mean, you know, quite crazy. Again, we're clearing energy, remember? This one's about taking action. And it looks like so Renee, I don't know if you were going along with the challenge, but it sounds like the action you need to take is so this is what I mean, even when people aren't literally taking part, they are, because you're part of this whole family, you're going along with the energy. It's like your block or your thing could have been recognized and where in the past you've allowed people to into your life too easily. And now the action that you take is nah, that's a test. You're not getting back in. You know what I mean? What? That's her middle name. Oh, what? Chaos. Chaos and deceit. Oh my God. God. Oh, belonging. The warrior. Yeah, look, look, the warrior. That's you. Just you stay where you belong with the good people and don't let the chaos back in. I'm sure I'm sure in other years that's what I've channeled about this week. This is a week notorious for chaos coming back, you know. Then again, it's again, guys, I'm noticing the fact that like, you know, my birthday is at the end of the week. And apart from it being meaning union and celebration, because it is like the end of Aries, it's fiery energy, you know, very passionate, you know, it's everything that I sort of put out, but it is Xanaretic degree, so it is chaotic. It is chaos, but it's like, you know, I can be perceived as chaotic because I'll say things that trigger something in someone to heal. So it could, you know, for a bit, it could put you in a bit of a fucked up place. But it wasn't me that done it. It's just I'm being used to deliver the truth. So if it lands, especially if it's in public, fuck, this is for everyone. If it resonates, it resonates. That's why I say that. That's why everyone fucking says that. Because it's true. If it resonates, it resonates. You can't fucking blame the person that said it. You know what I mean? And even in the personal sessions, like, you know, even in sessions I've had of late, like, I don't tell people what to, people ask me all the time what to do. But I even said it on here when you said, oh, you know what I mean? It's like, I can feel into the energy, but ultimately that's why that's my biggest pet peeve. Everybody has to get out of victim mode and accept responsibility for your own life, you know, and you can only do that by healing. That's why, you know, people that don't do that, it's never anybody else's fault. You know, they don't apologize when they've done things wrong. You know what I mean? It's all just that's people that are not willing to look at themselves. But I still even do believe some of those people, unless they're complete narcissists and they're going to stay that way, which I don't believe is the case for everyone. Some people can be like, oh, you know, it could have been because of their own traumas that they were switched off and not in touch with their own soul and, you know, needing soul retrieval and getting swept up in their own chaos and then you hurt other people. But that's like some of those people, women and men, can then have a come to Jesus moment and they can do better. But that's the thing is that's why but even those people, well, this might be some of yous, or you know what I mean, you've got to accept that those people that you hurt might not want you, those friends might not want you back in your life. You might have done the most. You might have done too much. Everyone's got different boundaries. And sadly, what makes me even sadder is some people will allow themselves to be fucking shat all over friends that do the most, like, you know, like the worst of the worst, the lowest of the low, and they'll still let them back. And that's sad because that's, I don't mean sad as in, oh, you're a sado. It's like, that's people that don't value themselves and they don't love themselves. And they might be afraid of not having like, oh, a whole load of friends. Well, I'm sorry, look, look what I've said. I went from having like literally something ridiculous like fucking 20 best pals to like counting them all on my one hand. And even then I'm prepared for, I even said that to my best pal. I'm prepared for fucking everyone to go. Like even her. But it's not gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, but that's because it's like you have to be. Doesn't mean you don't care about people, but like, you know what I mean? When that's when you've had people that you really love and you really love them, and you wouldn't think that that person would ever betray you, and then those people even betray you. You know what I mean? You've got to be prepared. You know, it's fucking every man for themselves. But I'm still here helping people. Do you know what I'm saying? Not willing to look at themselves, but always willing to look at others. Yes. Right. So they don't know what love means. Yeah, exactly. Right. Let's get a rune for Renee, and then I'll do a bit more collective, and then I'll go. I think I might do that shamanic spread because I need a pee, unless I run for a pee, and then Jera, reward. Yeah, look, Renee, your reward is realizing your worth and not letting that woman back in. Oh well, lions don't listen to the opinions of sheep. Exactly. Exactly, Connor. Right, so let's read this. Reward, abundance, contentment, fruition, growth, harvest, plenty, productivity, prosperity, reward. But seriously, the reward is that you listen to your intuition. And okay, so it might have taken feeling it out here, but I don't think you were really, you weren't planning on becoming palsy walsy best pals were again, were you? You know what I mean? The rune Jera represents the kind of reward that comes at harvest time. It's an indicator of time and plenty and well earned remuneration. Can you say that? For good work done. This rune indicates a movement into a more abundant phase of life. And that's why these people are coming. Energy vampires. They didn't work hard for what you, they didn't work hard to get where you are. So why should they come and enjoy the celebration with you? No, no. Projects that have been started have reached or are likely to reach successful conclusions soon. Jera denotes a time when you can relax and let yourself feel the content in your life as you begin to count your blessings as rewards are recognized. Jera also represents justice. Yeah, this is that would be an injustice, which can mean that issues where right and wrong are involved, right will be victorious. Where Jera appears in a reading, it suggests a happy, fulfilling time ahead with a rich yield due to your good endeavours. The cycle of life is going to turn towards rewards. It has been said that you reap what you sow. Boom, drop the fucking mic. That card is calling it. You reap what you sow. She sounds like she was selfish. It was all about her. You lent her money being a fucking beautiful person that she didn't fucking pay it back. And it's just the lowest of the low because it was to do with her fucking, quite frankly, dead mother. Could you get, sorry guys, I'm not being, could you get any worse? I seriously do pray for your friend though. Because she might be masking feeling guilty, but I mean, it doesn't sound like it, does it? That could be why she's ill, actually, to be honest. Sorry to say that. A lot of illness does come from, like, you know, sometimes I've noticed, you know what I mean? It's not always, but in her case, it could be, you know, if you're not treating people very nicely, you know. Jera suggests that your harvest it to be a good one because you've planted wisely. You've planted wisely, so don't let somebody come and pull your sunflowers up. See what I've done there? Do you know what's quite funny today? I thought of you earlier because it's funny. I keep associating you with the sunflower, and it's like I loved sunflowers before you arrived, but I think it's because it's your emoji thing, but or whatever we call that in the picture. But now I'm being drawn to sunflower up there, and that sunflower always reminds you of another woman I've worked closely with over the few years, so she'll know if she's watching this. But yeah, when I was looking for a new case, I want a tiger one because I've had the wolf for years now, right? And that's my masculine energy within me. And so I want the tiger to be like, this is my feminine energy. But I can't find a tiger one that I really like. And so, but I saw one with sunflowers. It's got sunflowers and a bee. So it particularly made me think of you because of the sunflower and the bee. And because I said that whatever I channeled to you about the bee. Um, but I don't know. I don't know that I'll actually get it. Because but then I was like, well, the sunflower is that is what I've said the whole 10 years is it's me growing up through adversity to face the light. But I want the tiger. Or there is one with daisies. It'd be quite good if I found one with daisies and sunflowers. But the funny thing is, can I just stress, I don't actually like sunflowers. Like it's a plant. Like seriously, I don't. They're not my favorite or anything. Do you know what I mean? Like it's quite nice if you see one kind of growing or that, but like I don't. I love flowers, but they're not one of the ones that I like. I just like the metaphor of it, the analogy. Yeah, fun fact. Um, right. I think that's all the confirmation you need there. Hell no, but confirmation's always nice. This is so on point. Strong and independent. Yeah, it did seem pretty, with all those cards. You couldn't get any fucking crystal clearer. And again, I just know that that will be answering other people's stuff. Right, let's just pull a few more and then I will go because I'm kind of needing. And I suppose if I was going to do my wee mini exercises shit, I better go before I'm like, nah. Um, Yeah, it's not your favorite either. That's funny that we're both the same. So you're like me, you just like the energy. That's funny. But I do love all flowers, but it's not. It's kind of like what I said about the lily too. Like the lilies are beautiful to look at, but seriously, every time I go in my kitchen, it's making like my. It's like I'm allergic. I just think I basically am allergic to whatever is in the middle of the flower. So thanks, mom. They're beautiful, but they are my mom's favorite though. Maybe I should just be like, I'm going to give you them back because they're making me. It's like, no, it was lovely though. It was a lovely surprise. I was like, why are you giving me lilies? It's not my birthday yet. Like, but um, roses. You can't go wrong with roses. That's what when I do buy myself flowers on the food shop, they always cheap. Or daffodils. Daffodils, because they're like bright and cheery and they're cheap. You know what I mean? Um, oh God. Right. What do we need? This is a bit of a mysterious deck. I don't use it a lot. So what do we need? What does somebody need out there? Basically, can I just check? Has everybody taken some kind of action? If you're doing the challenge, have you taken some kind of action? It doesn't need to be, like I said, it doesn't need to be a big massive action. Like my action today can just be like not falling off the consistency of my exercise. Like I will just because to be honest, like last night I did do it, but it's like a 20-minute thing, and I only got like 10 minutes through it, and I thought, fuck that, man. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't I didn't see it as giving up. It was like it's because I'm doing two different types of exercises. It was kind of like it was a bit of a challenging one, and I thought I'll be more up for that, like later on in the week. But I thought because I'm doing this, I thought at least I've done something. So there you go, being really honest, coming to life. Yeah, right. What do we need? Give me a card that's going to speak to someone out there that really needs to hear it. Whether it's someone on the chat or someone lurking in the shadows, because that's what the last degrees of Scorpio moon is about. Somebody that's explored the deep, dark depths of their soul to be born again, if you choose to be, unless you decide to stay in the shadow. But we mean like the dark, unhealed shadow. Some people do. You do you, boo. Right. The moon's conjunct my Mars. That's quite intense, guys. That's like just saying. That's it's like I'll be like, take action now. Mars and Scorpio don't fuck about, man. It's time to go. Clear clear the limiting beliefs and get fucking, pushing through your fears. Transmute that pain into power. Right. Intention. Ah, yes, this is what I'm all about. That was what yesterday was all about. Know your intention. And remember, I haven't watched yesterday's live back. I don't know when the fuck I'm going to watch these back. I can't be fucking arsed. But it's like, I'm just losing the momentum. Usually I would to like see what I've said. I can't be bothered. I will watch them back at some point, but I don't know though, because I'm starting to not watch them back because I've just quite frankly not got the fucking time. Like, I'd rather actually watch somebody else's thing that I don't know, you know what I mean? I've just said it. It's like, but it is good to watch it back, to title it, but also and to tag it for what I've said in that. But I can't be fucking out. I think it's because the messages are that heavy. But yeah, yesterday was all about intention. And yeah, what I said, I do remember saying last night that I had a thing, I ended it on that, the Bob Proctor thing that I had on a scrap bit of paper for years that was on my wardrobe. And it was like, decide what it is you want, decide what you're going to give up to get it, and work it every day. And that's how I'm doing this. You know what I mean? I know what it is I want, a few things, but I know what it is I want. And some of that is not within my control because but I don't know, the roomy thing, what you seek is seeking you comes to mind. But I know what it is my intention is, and it's with good, pure intentions to help myself and other people. I decided to give up my dignity. I'm not kidding. I decided to be prepared to be humiliated, embarrassed, rejected, people not understand what I'm doing, and to work it every day. Yeah, and I do work at YouTube every day. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. A lot of people would get stuck at number two. They would be like, "Oh yeah, I really want that to happen, but I can't do number two." So, and also I can't be bothered to put that much effort in. You know what I mean? So, but that wasn't me. So just sharing that because I believe there'll be some of you out there like that. It's not going to be exactly the same as the way that I've done things, but I wouldn't want you to be like that anyway because it's like, that's just what my soul obviously wanted to do, not be boring. Intention. So I don't know who this is for, but this is going to make sense to, and I feel whoever this is for, that's got an owl holding a wish. So I feel there's something that you've made a wish about at some point, and it could be coming to fruition because 22 is the master builder number. Guess what my midheaven in Leo is? The show that you're watching whenever I'm doing this. That's right. 22 degrees, the master builder. And that's why, whether I liked it or not, because I know my astrology, oh shit, I'm meant to be seen in a big way to help a lot of people. You know what I mean? I had to get over that, but it didn't happen overnight. I had to push through a shitload of fear. So you should never assume things about people that it was easy for them to do what they're doing, because it is not easy for me to be sitting here. Sometimes I really don't fucking feel like doing it. But the days I really didn't want to at all, I just wouldn't show up. Like, but like I said, I was honest. Like, you know what I mean? But my energy has picked up as I've done this. But it's because we were all sharing, and it's, being around other people helps. But I prefer to be around people um like this, to be honest, because it's less intense. Although this has been intense. You guys have a good night. See you tomorrow. Yes. Thank you for being here, Lexi, and I'll see you tomorrow as well. And right, so deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change the world. Your objectives will be fulfilled at this time. Inspired intentions are like magic arrows shot into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift, showing you that you're hitting your mark. Recognize that you're not the one who has to do all the work. However, others help you co create reality. Of course, right as I'm appreciating you guys on the chat, that comes. That's so Aquarius. That's so Pluto and Aquarius. But if it is true, you wouldn't have a community. Like if I was just sitting talking to myself, do you know what I mean? Like, which it does feel like that a lot of the time. That's why I'm like, I want to be in the chat. I want to be in the chat. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like you pulled me into the chat. That was nice. But again, I'm not one of these people that fucking ignores the chat anyway. Maybe for like 10, 15 minutes straight when I'm channeling, but I'll always return to the chat. I never want to not want to be that person. Quite frankly, sometimes quite rude when I'm watching people say, "Oh yeah, I'm such a big, I can't, I'm such a big person, I can't like reply to," like, no, you shouldn't. You should remember what it was like at the start. I've watched some people be like that. It's not, yeah. It's, sometimes it might not be practical. Like you said, that's one of the things I'm not looking forward to as this grows. But I don't know, I kind of think it'll still work because I follow some people that have got tens of thousands of people, and not everybody engages on the chat. You know what I mean? Because it does take a lot of courage. So it might still be that there'll be more people, but it will still be manageable. I don't want one of these really fat, you know, it's really, really fast. Like that's overwhelming to be in, but also for the person, I think. Um, Right. I suppose it depends what kind of content creator you are. If you've got something that people are going there to, but I always just think, well, the people that like me, you're just going to have to like it or lump it. That is how I operate. That this is it's like a virtual, it's like an actual shamanic circle, but we're doing it virtually. So if this was an actual shamanic circle, it would be a lot of sharing, which is why I want to bring back what I've done on Facebook a lot and have some people sharing like on the whether it's sharing stuff that they've done with me or just sharing, just people sharing their stories. Because, like, yeah, we're going to do a bit more of that. But this is nice on here too. So some people won't like it though. They'll be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Well, this isn't for you then. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out to the field, then allow for synchronicity to work its magic. Perhaps the good intentions of others will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. Own the life you want to lead and live deliberately with clarity and detachment. I love that card. It feels like it backs up a lot of what I've spoke about tonight. It always, with yourself, you should always think about what is your intention for the day and what is your intention of, in Renee's case, what was that woman's intention of wanting to strike up a conversation with you? Do we think God had anything to do with care for you? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the feeling no. It might be, she's missing you, but that's not about you, is it? It's about her. She missing out. Um, and it's not always about like what, you know, it doesn't, in life, it isn't always that everything's fully reciprocal, because it's like when I've said before that, like, I've had people say to me, like, there's no way that people could ever give back the amount that I give to them. And I'm okay with that. And I've made peace with that. But we should at least try and be surrounded by people that, try, and like support. Like I said, any sort of clients that are soul family, and that's why I can't just say client. People are soul family too. Like I do feel like I do get back appreciation and thanks and gratitude, or people invest in my services. You know what I mean? Like that's yeah. It's and then I try a lot of yous are good at stuff that I'm not good at, and you know what I mean? It's like it shouldn't be like a one-way street completely. Um, like you know what I mean? Like there's like for instance, when I meet up with my best friend, that's one of the things that feeds my soul is and sometimes it wouldn't work like that because I had other friends in the past where it was like they wouldn't be interested in what I do, and it was kind of well, I had oh god, I can think of loads of different things. Like there's people that everything that I do wasn't really their cup of tea, but they would still be respectful when I spoke about it and listen and be interested. But that was a lot to do with a lot of my friends in the past weren't actually awake, spiritually awake. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not holding that against anyone. Like they literally just weren't spiritually awake. You know what I mean? So it's a bit of a different thing. But what I quite like about when I'm thinking about that friend in particular is it literally is just the little things that some people take for granted. Like we'll just go a nice walk or we'll go for a coffee or we'll get a wee cake or we'll go for lunch. Or when she took me out for my birthday, it was she took me out for my favorite food and like, like we'll do nice wee things like that for each other. And that's actually like nice food for like literal in that case, but food for my soul when I'm giving out so much to other people. Simple stuff like that just recharges me. Or like it was quite funny. We were going to go like I was actually really excited to go out at Christmas, like go out dancing and stuff, go out to the dance. And I sounded really old, but when it came down to it, she was like, we could still go out, and I was like, I don't even want to. Like, and it seems a bit boring because it's like, what I mean? She lives further away from here, but I was kind of like, do you want to just get like a Thai curry and like watch Bridesmaids? It's like that's what we done. And that was perfect. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I really have, but to be fair, I've always been like that. Even in the past when I was big on like going out and stuff like that, like that's when some I can think of a like one of my friends from the past, like you know what I mean. Like it was quite funny. Like she would be like dying to go out, and I would like she would be able to tell if I was just like so not in the mood. But she actually always used to be able to like. I've got a couple of friends. Like I had a couple of friends. Like I said, it's fun because I'm laughing because it was fun. But I had a couple of friends that I'm thinking of. Like they would actually always be able to. They would know you could call it manipulation, but in a nice kind of funny way. They would be like, I know exactly what to do to get her out. And sometimes some of them would be like, oh, but we might see such and such. And I think you know who such and such is. And I'd be like, but then I would just want to run and hide in the nearest fucking dark corner anyway, because it would be awkward. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like yeah, there were some good times created with that kind of thing. But what I'm more getting at is like when I was in a certain type of mood, I knew I wasn't going to be able to come out of it. It would be a bad night. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't, I can't shake myself when I'm feeling like that. And usually it's because I'd be sensing something bad was going to happen. And then I'd always hear when I didn't go out something bad happened. You know what I mean? Probably a full moon or something. But no, I don't like it was quite funny because my friend stayed over that night too. And she was like, do you regret that we didn't go out? And I'm like, no, no, fucking not at all. Because I don't have a hangover and I got a good sleep. And you know, we've not got, you know what I mean? Whereas, and then that's why I find it quite good when you can compare. Because remember, like last year, we did have a night where we did, well, attempt to go out for the dancing. And yeah, just drank too much sitting down, chill. That's the thing about these fucking festival vibes. You're like, oh yeah, you know, it's really chilled. I'll just keep having my half pint. And you try to stand up and you're like, oh shit, I can't walk. Do you know what I mean? Which is a problem when I live high up because she had to somehow get me up the stairs, you know? So, you know, we learned from our mistakes. I was like, no, I kind of thought of, you know, this is quite heightened energy. It's Christmas. I can kind of see how this is going to go. I'm using my psychic seer gift. I think we should stay in. But it wasn't like if I had a real desire to go out, I would have. But you've got to tune in intention. You know, what is my intention here? Some people go out and get drunk and party to run away from their problems. That's you're more likely to have a really shit night. I think that's why I think about a lot of people that go out partying and that. Like, think about it's not always. Sometimes you do go out and you have a great time, but I find personally, whenever I have went out and alcohol's been involved, like it's because you're happier within yourself. Like for instance, although that happened last summer, the summer before that, we were out dancing and drinking till 5 in the morning, and even managed to get chips and cheese on the way home. And I wasn't even that hungover the next day. I don't think. Yeah, and but it was because you know what I mean. It was like it was because we look after each other. And she sees it like it's I'm more to be honest, I'm always the vulnerable one. Like I'm the one that I could be fine 1 minute and not the next. Like that's why I can't drink with people I don't trust. See what I mean? That maybe that's why I'm like that too. Like I can't if someone's gonna be my friend, I'm gonna trust you. If I don't trust you, like we're no friends, you know what I mean? Like to be honest. And I've never been wrong, whether that's about people related through work as well. Any person that I've thought, you're being all nice and nice to me, but I actually think you're you know there's something that's not right there, a bit shady. And unfortunately, it's like whenever I think that way, someone's always fucking right. Um, so yeah, story time. I'm sure my stories will be fucking just picking up other people's shit, with, like which always happens. So trust yourself. No, she has no friends and was a good one, and and was a good one to her, and I never expected anyone to go overboard for me. Yeah. Well, Renee, I'm really sorry that happened to you because that's horrible. You know. But I've had that happen to me. I've went over and above for people too, and they've not appreciated it. But like I said, like, you know, I accept that, you know, I've got to take personal responsibility that I chose to do that. And just, you know, just don't let it happen again. So you don't sit and blame yourself, but it's kind of like just don't let those people back in. Why would you? You value yourself too much to let people like that back. Doesn't mean you wish them any harm. You want them to be happy, but don't let them back in. Right. Right. Give me another one. Spark. Oh, that's quite funny. Just because the word spark always reminds me of someone. Right, so 34. I can't be able to, you know what I mean? I can't even, when I can't even tell the stories, I need to go. I never expect anyone to go overboard for it. Yeah, you shouldn't. That's the thing. And then it's a nice surprise when they do. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're a clear channel for divine creativity. There's a spark of creative. Remember, these ones I'm pulling, these are for, my intention is for these are people that don't talk, but this can still be for some of you. There's a spark of creativity in you, and you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in co creating it. This is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship or a job, or begin any endeavor. Attraction is high as you connect with others who can co create joyous experiences and join with you in expressing the finer aspects of life. Watching a spark turn into a flame and stoking that fire is gratifying activity. Oh, hello. That feels like it's moving into Mercury in Aries. Oh my God. I can't show you what the I feel like, do you know what I feel like I'm doing? I feel like I'm lulling people to sleep because usually on a Scorpio moon, like I think I'll probably I might be wrong, but I think I'll fall asleep. Not right after I do this because I'm going to watch Big Brother. But I think I'm going to watch Big Brother and I think I'll fall asleep. Like I usually fall asleep quite early on a Scorpio moon, but you're not going to believe what the card on the back says. It's really hilarious because it could be taken the wrong way or the right way. But so I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to show it. It's like I knew I was channeling some kind of sexual energy when I said that. Like I can't, I just can't deal. Oh my God, because like I can't stress you like this. This is like the last degree. Oh, guys, look, piss myself. I actually need to pee, but I'm going to piss myself. That's so funny with what I just said, and then that was in the back. Yes, so I think they might be saying that, like, twin flames in union, but that might be talking about twin flames that are doing a wee bit more than. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Do you know what I mean? Stuck in the mud. It's like, look, people can either move forward to happiness and new beginnings, or they can stay stuck in the mud in karmic situations. That's the choice. Sorry to deliver the harsh truth, but I think that's what they're saying. But also, stuck in the mud was in reverse. So that's people that are getting unstuck and getting together with the right people. Yes, I'm intentionally not saying these words because it was because quite funny, wasn't it? Right, so let's read that. They always do it when the moon's in Scorpio, and then it's even worse when the sun's in Scorpio. But anyway, kind of funny. Right, so love needs to be shared. Love needs to be expressed. Drawing the come together card is a sign that you're on the path to discover the nature of this emotion in all forms of expression romantic, familial, unconditional, spiritual. In each instance, there's another being involved. Love involves a give and take. Oh, look, this is but being serious for a minute, which is very hard when I've just made that joke, but it's like that actually, it's a feisty moon. Yes, it's a spicy moon. It's feisty with the Aries and it's spicy with the Scorpio. Um, but that is actually talking about what we've been saying here too, whether it's family, friends, clients, whatever, you know what I mean? Like most things should be reciprocal. Like what are they adding to your life? You might be giving them energy, but what are they giving you? And in some cases, I think the answer is fuck all. You know what I'm saying? Takers. It's called takers in life. You know what I mean? Um, love involves give and take between you and a significant other, and relative, a friend, an animal, and or spirit. This card assures it that love has come calling and seeks a partner in its dance. Know that you are cherished. Like a magnet, you're attracting love into your life. This is a time for harmonious, caring partnerships. But that's the point. Harmonious, caring friendships. Because I think I said at one point during this, oh no, wait a minute, I might have said that. I think I said that in a session, like, I don't know, it was sometime in the last few days or something. But basically, it's where's the care? You know, I might have said it on here, but I can't remember. But it's where's the care? I said something like that last night too. Like, has this person shown any kind of action that they care about your well being, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically? Or is it all about them? You know what I'm saying? Like, unexpected visitors. Oh, interesting. Right. I'm done, guys. I can't be bored reading these. I think they just want to give you magical map shifter. Details, details. Yeah, look, pay attention to details. Clarity, important news. You're missing some of the details. They're coming your way. That can go either way. That can be like the details, the intent, what's the intentions of someone coming your way. Like what's the backstory. But the details could be don't jump to conclusions, you know. Not everybody coming apart. Look, coming apart, they're telling you. This is definitely about karmic breakdowns in friendships, family, lovers. And like I've said before, there's some scenarios with some twin flames where it's sad, it's challenging, but some people are parting from karmic people and they'll be thrown right into twin flames. And it's because you've learned what you needed to learn and you're ready for the next part of your journey. Oh, you fucker, I think I just cut my hand on one of those cards. That's got to mean something too. Right, I'm reading a P and I'm tired now though. So, right, give us some happy, clappy cards. So I'll see you tomorrow. So tomorrow, basically, because I can tell, I think some people have fallen asleep again. And that's why I was saying that. I fall asleep early on a Scorpio moon too. Tomorrow we're going to do the timeline jump. So the moon will be in Sag and it'll be a lot more optimistic, happy energy. Although I have to stress, Scorpio moon has its perks as well. It's great for this detective work and doing this deep emotional healing. But I think we can all agree if every day felt like today, it would be rough, personally speaking. But if you are Scorpio moon, I'm sure you make it work for you. But hopefully you've got some lighter energy in your chart somewhere. Not an easy one to have. Um, but yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow. So I might not, it might not be a bit of, you know, it might not be as much chat. Like I usually just, I think, you know, just to warn you is I'll feel it out, but I would prefer if people were timely for 8 o'clock if you can. And I'd just like to get into it because I'm going to channel it. And then the thing is, even if you're late, you can still come back and watch it on the replay. But I think I'm going to try to start it like right away. Or no, I might do the other way. Wait a minute, I'm talking shite. I'm not talking shite, but I was just trying to work out in my head. I think what I might do, maybe no, I think it'd make more sense is I think I'll come on and I'll chat with people for about an hour and then at 9 I'll start it and then I'll just end it. So it'll be different, you know what I mean? I think I'll come on at 8 and I really will aim to get off at 10 unless the activation's longer. But I'd like to just end it that way. Like once we come out of it, end it, you know. And then you can tell me whatever experiences in that on the Thursday. I'm basically dreaming. Sleep well, everyone. Thanks for your time. Yeah, I felt you were either asleep or you were drifting. I'm in danger of fucking falling asleep on here too. That'd be hilarious. Imagine I was just like, I'm just gonna rest my eyes, and I fall. I'm not that deep a sleeper, unless I'd like had beer or something. So then apparently I do go into deep sleep and I even snore. So you know, it's like I don't snore. How do you know? But no, I apparently do. If I've got a cold, I think I snore as well. Imagine that. Maybe I do. Maybe I like. I remember that was a rude awakening for me at Tea in the Park with my best pal that I was camping with. She was like, "Fucking kept me up all night snoring," and I was like, "I don't fucking snore." She was like, I bet you fucking do. I'll fucking record you at night." But it was because I was drinking like I was drinking pints of like I was either drinking pints of beer or I think that was that long ago. I was drinking pints of Magners and I ugh, when I even smell cider. it makes me want to throw up. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, Claire's voice is the strongest sleeping pill known to man. Yes, well, that is true. Whenever I have had a man that was lucky enough to sleep next to me in that way, they do fall asleep. I think we need to just move away from this now. Nah, but people do sleep deeply. I do remember that much. Um, right, so, right. What have we got? Oh, wait a minute. Is that not like Jesus? Essences and energy. I'm thinking of the Essenes. That's going to have something to do with this too. Essences and energies attuned to subtle energies, balance, frequency holder. Look, I always say this with this card. That's what I am, a frequency holder. Frequency holder. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm frequency healing. That's why that came out. Guidance. Inner compass, support, trust your guidance. And that's the thing, like, look, I might have been telling stories and stuff and channeling it that way. But really the point is like you can listen to what other people say, but ultimately you do have to make up. Yeah, I know. I took it as a compliment. You have to make up your own mind. That's why I always say to people, don't drive when you're listening to me, because it could like literally be dangerous. Like, because again, I have to stress I am a hypnotherapist, but before I was even trained as that, I was putting people to sleep. Because again, that makes me tell the same story I tell all the time, but it's true. Like when I used to be going on nights out, like we would be all be sitting talking and we were drinking. But there was one night in particular, I'm thinking of two of my younger pals. Because we hadn't known, maybe we'd known each other about a year or something at this point, and we were getting ready after work. You know, we'd had our showers and that, and we are getting dressed. We hadn't even drank, and like they two were falling asleep. And the kid was hilarious. I was like, right, we need to go out. Fucking hell, like you know what I mean? You're healing us to sleep. um, my flame is a home, so I'm going to be listening. Oh, lovely. Oh, I love that you're calling them that now. That's beautiful. Share space, telepathy, co-creation, communing, honoring. Yeah, and I feel like that's just sort of saying that I'm aware that every month, once a month, people find this energy. Sleep well, Connor. People find this energy rough. So I think it's quite nice, you know, that if I've sort of lulled people to be able to go to sleep, because I think it's done that for me too. Attune to nature's signs to find your way. Follow your heart. Right. I'm going to go, guys. I think I'm just going to read this inner child card and then I'm going to go. Right, because it just feels like that's appropriate. And then, like I said, just trust me. If you're struggling, because I know there's a lot of people struggling, just hold on. The energy will be lighter tomorrow. Can't promise it's going to change the situation that you're in, but it won't feel like a ton of bricks as much. And you're in my prayers if you are going through stuff. The act of acceptance will bring peace. I said that earlier. Accept what is. Choose yourself today. Do not deny your importance. Oh, boom, drop the mic. That's totally like that pulls in Renee's story. Do not deny your importance. You know what I mean? Like people don't get to treat you like that. It's an honor to be in your company. You should see it like that. That's not being uppity. Look, you're worthy. I opened up at you're worthy. You shouldn't be around people that make you feel like you're not important. That's unfortunately whenever I've ended friendships, it's when I've had moments where I'm like, I thought I meant the world to that person, but they've just treated me like I'm dispensable. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let's just throw them away. Fluff in my pocket kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Shit on my shit. Like that's when I've had to end friendships because it's like they mean the world to me. And you know what I mean? Like, and obviously I don't mean the world to them. But sometimes to be real, it's not always the case, you know. Sometimes people just get swept up in their own fun and shit and they think later, you know. I think I'm describing I was describing friendships and I think I just spilled in the twin flame journey too, but you make up your own mind what you everybody that's the thing, it's think about how many stories there are, true stories, where somebody's done like the most horrendous shit to someone and they forgive them. Sometimes it's kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe that person would like take that bit back. But I think that's why I think we should all reserve judgment. But different, it's different people's lives. So yeah, you can think what you want about it, but whether it's a friendship or family or lovers, we've all just got to be responsible for our own mental health, our own spiritual, mental, emotional health. And that's why, even people like me on here and anyone else that does it, you are like, that's why people have got that. And they're disclaimers, you're ultimately responsible for your own decisions. And if you're still in that kind of consciousness of blaming all your shit on everybody else, then you've got a lot of work to do. Because if you allow yourself to be surrounded by friends, family, lovers that don't treat you very well, it's because you're not valuing yourself. And I know that's quite hard hitting truth for people. And like I said, I've been there myself, and it is embarrassing. When you look back, you're like, I can't believe I let somebody actually treat me like that. Do you know what I mean? I've got loads of things that I can think about like that too. But trust me, see when when the switch goes, you're like, nah. And that's what I mean. It doesn't mean that you can't allow. Some of you will allow other people back in your life after they have treated you badly, but actions are going to have to speak louder than words. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. And again, I'm a human bullshit detector, so it's kind of like I know anyway. So right. So accept what is. Acceptance of what is without the veil of judgment can help us find. Oh my God, I didn't even know it was going to say that. That's so cool when that happens. Can help us find peace in the uncertainties of life. If you've pulled this card, it might be time to practice acceptance regarding a certain aspect in your life, either for your inner child or for something that is occurring in the present moments. For both, the practice of acceptance will be the same. Powerful. And then I opened up at you can do hard things. And that's a great place to end this. That's what today was about. You can do hard things. So whatever your block was, although it's not when I said I knew it wouldn't be exactly as envisioned. And that's what I mean. Like, even when you are a seer or a psychic, it's not always how you think it's going to be. Like, I would have, if I got to choose it, if I got to control it, right, I would have liked it if it was like people telling me what their limiting belief was and then creating an affirmation around it. But really, that's what I can do with you one to one. You know what I mean? Like, I've done loads of stuff like that with Lexi. Lexi's really great at doing that herself now, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, and then she was good at picking my energy up when I was like feeling like shit. But um it's not quite how it, but I feel tonight's been perfect. It always goes the way it's meant to. So hopefully you've got something out of it, everyone that spoke and everyone that's lurked. And if you do want to let me know if this was helpful, you can email me because I'm very open to hear. And just if you're going through a difficult time too, you know what I mean? And I'll hold you in my prayers. But yeah, you can do hard things. So just make sure, even if you just took the smallest action, like setting about, that was my example in the video, setting a boundary with somebody. You always let the same friend treat you a certain way. And then one day you wake up and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? This is not a friend, or I don't want to be treated like this. You know what I mean? Set a boundary. They're not going to like it. Of course, they're not going to like it. They were a taker. But you're valuing yourself. You know what I mean? That's an action. That's a brave action. Um, or like the test that Renee's had, somebody coming back from the past, a ghost from the past, try to fucking whatever the hell she was trying to do. No, apologize anyway. But you know, can be polite, say you're, and and then you don't really need to engage after that. Or you don't even need to respond. In some cases you might not respond, you know what I mean? I'd say that's in extreme cases. I think, when you know that you're going to get pulled into something and you're not going to get anywhere and the person still doesn't seem to get where you're coming from, there's probably no point in replying, sadly. You're not being rude, it's just where you're really going to get, you know what I mean? Um, oh gosh, just picked up a big ball. Was that actually from my head or was that hanging about? It's like a big ball in my hair. I think it's my curls. Right, so there are many things. So I'm going to read this and then I really am going to go. Okay. But yeah, make sure you take some type of action. Anything counts. Um, and then spoiler alert, tomorrow we'll do the timeline jump and you will feel different. So just well done if you've pushed through some difficult stuff because it's been difficult for me too. But we'll feel, yeah, there's amazing stuff on the other side of this. So you can do hard things. There are many things in this life that we feel we cannot or should not have to do. It can be overwhelming to think about doing something that is hard. But in truth, many things we label as hard could be more appropriately labeled as simply time consuming or long. Sometimes not wanting to do hard things can be reminiscent of mindsets we might have had in childhood, when we never wanted to clean our room or do our homework. If you've pulled this card, then you might need to reassess what has been labelled as too hard. Take time today to think upon the beliefs that might be holding you back. Oh, that's perfect, because that's what the whole challenge is about. Are you putting yourself in a box by what you cannot or should not have to do? Sometimes choosing to push through the feelings of I do not want to do this because I do not feel like it can be quite beneficial, especially those of you with ADHD, which is, let's face it, probably fucking everyone that's attracted to me. Because I've got to always trust your intuition. Maybe not everyone, but it seems to be everyone. Always trust your intuition when choosing which hard activities to do, and do not attempt anything unsafe to yourself or others. It's common sense, but it's in here. How do you feel after you've done a hard thing? Are you proud of yourself? You should be. You should be if you took the action. And be proud of yourself even though you didn't take the action, because you're worthy either way. That's a good thing I want to point out. You don't always need to be doing some big grand thing to be proud of yourself, you know? Like, um remember to highly praise yourself after doing this hard thing, because you deserve it. Yeah. I think that's sour squirrel, yeah. I think that's important to note. Do you know what I mean? Because I try to say that all the time about, especially because when I'm talking about twin flame, like I think it's amazing, full stop. Those of you that are the divine masculine, female or male, if you've even attempted and getting somewhere with pulling yourself away from toxicity, whatever that might be, toxic mindset, toxic people. Don't usually say toxic either, but that's the word they made me use. You know, people that don't value you. Because think how many people stay in friendships at like 30, 40, 50 years and they know it's not a good friend, or this is not a family member that has my best interest, or this is not unconditional love. This is like, I have to walk on eggshells or I might, upset this person. That's not good, you know what I mean? Um, you want to be around people that make you feel at peace and safe and happy. And yeah, you know, and fun too. Whatever, different people bring different things to the table, but it's good to recognize when things might be exciting, but it comes with a price, and the price is you're wondering when the next backstab is coming. I don't like that I said that. Why am I saying that? Let's pick this deck up. Um, people you need to second guess. That's I used to have people like that around me. I don't have anyone. I just don't. I'd rather just not be around people like that. I think I'm ending at 11:11 to be cute. Not that it makes any difference when you're watching it back, but it's just something to do with the wee things they gave me to do. I knew it. Right, I'm going to need to read this card. Look, beneath the surface, what's really driving you? True motives breaking free. But think about that felt weird what I was channeling there. Beneath the surface, like there's stuff you don't know. This is definitely the last degrees of Scorpio. The water carrier, what really matters? Reflect, reprioritize. Yeah, like what really matters? What really matters is who's there for you in life. Oh, I know what I'm channeling. Like to give credit where it's due. This feels like the line that girl says in that awkward moment. That could mean there's going to be an awkward moment coming, but in that awkward moment when spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, that film's hilarious by the way. It's quite touching too, but it's got Zac Efron too. But it's kind of like who, by the way, I'm not being funny. We're all aging, but he's really aged. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen him, like I saw him recently, and like it was like this weird fucking film about like it was about age differences. It had like Nicole Kidman. Oh, it was a bit fucking weird. I think it was one of these woke films. but it was like on Netflix when I was babysitting my sisters. I can't remember what it was called now. It was all right. It was watchable, but he was like, yeah, he'd really aged. Um, and Nicole Kidman's like, probably old enough to be his mom. Anyway, it was weird, but yeah, basically, but in the films from when he was younger, I like watching them. But like, yeah, the girl's dad dies, and like they're dating, but it's like he started to like her more, and he gets freaked out. Obviously, sort of like I don't know, like it freaks him out anyway, and like it's like he doesn't deal with it right, and like so like when he comes like trying to hit her up, like it's oh like being all playful in that, but he's like she basically wanted him to be there to support her, which I don't know. I kind of it's just a film, but in real life, that's maybe a bit much to ask of someone if you know what I mean. They didn't know each other that well, but anyway, I think the point is the point if you get the point from it is that he talks to her like nothing's happened, like it wasn't a big deal, and she's like, all relationships are being there for someone when they really need you. That's all they are. She's meaning like being really like not even just romantic relationship. That's my alarm. That was my cutoff point, that alarm. So I won't ignore it this time. Oh, see like that. I'm channeling someone's situation. The alarm bells are going off in your head that it's time to end something or that it's time to take action or it's time to do something. It's 11:11, quite literally. Divine time. Divine time to do something, to take action. But that's the thing I love about that in that film. And it's got a happy ending because he does redeem himself. But in that moment, it's quite moving because it's like he realizes, oh, yeah, that was a bit of a shitty thing to do. Like she was going through a rough time and she needed a friend. She didn't even need a boyfriend, she needed a friend. And he just left her high and dry. You know what I mean? But then that's what's nice about it is that then he reflects in like 5 minutes. Like in the film, it's like, I don't know how long it's meant to have been. It looks like it's about fucking 2 weeks or something. In reality, it's probably years. But it's like, you see him then going on this journey of like going to get drunk and falling out with his friends because he's angry because he's really sort of upset about her. And then you see him sort of working that out. And then he goes to, then it's a funny scene where he goes to a bar and he's talking to like a random drunk guy and he's like talking about what is it he says again? He says something like he's really drunk and he's like, when you're just sitting there wondering who's sitting next to her on the couch, who's like been in her house, like who's she talking to? He's like going into this kind of and and I just think it's really funny because you think the old man's gonna say something really profound, but he's like he says, oh, so maybe this happened. It sounds like you just need to get laid, right? So like, but when you're basically when you're drunk or you're under the influence of anything, even if that's just fucking bad advice. But in this case, he was drunk and it was. And so the point is, though, the moral of the story is he does try to do that, and he tries to hook up with the one that was like his F buddy. But then he starts when it gets down to them before they actually are doing it, like he starts he's like, I can't do this. And then she's like, and then he starts trying to talk to her, like open up about his feelings, and she's like, whatever this is, this isn't what we do. And then she's like, leaves. But it's getting across the point that that's obviously I'm channeling the energy when a man in this case properly gets in touch with their feelings. um it'll just spill out everywhere. Do you know what I mean? You can't really hide it when it properly happens. That doesn't sound right, guys. That sounds a bit rude. But yeah, I like it because it's real. And then that's what I mean. Then when he comes back, he means it, but he's leaving room for her not to be okay about it. Like you shouldn't presume that you can treat people like that and then you can just sort of waltz back in. But the way he comes anyway, watch it yourself. It is fucking hilarious, that film, but it's got really nice moving bits in it too. And it's funny, it's like I always remember like the first time I was actually introduced to that film, it was my best friend at the time put it on. We were both fucking really hungover. And it was one of them hangovers where it was like such a bad hangover that I couldn't even leave hers to go home. And so we just like I think we both got a chippy, try to eat, and then went to sleep. And it was and then it was like she had work on the Monday, and then I'd do this random job that I could just crawl back home. But it was like, and I didn't even pay attention to it. That's the thing. But I do just remember it was actually her that put it on, and I hadn't seen it. Like I was so fucking over. But then when I actually watched it myself, um, it's one of my favorites. So I don't know if she'll look at it that deeply, but probably because she was deep like me. But right, let's see. Guys, think about everything I've got chills. Think about everything I just fucking said about taking action, and it's that card. I wonder. I want to tell you how I feel. I wonder what you'd do if I turned up at your door. Expect me. Okay. So I think some people might have that now. That card always reminds me of the film, which I was thinking about last night, As Good as It Gets. And it's exactly like what I've just channeled about that awkward moment. I think they're piecing all the fucking the names of the films together. It's about to get as good as it gets, but it could be awkward, but it's going to be good because in As Good as It Gets, he's realizing he's in love. Like he starts having an anxiety attack, and it's the other guy, the gay guy in the film, that they don't get on at first, and then they do. He's like, "You're in love," and it's a bit, it's like 4 in the morning or something random, and he's like, "Go and tell her now." Do you know what I mean? Like, why wait? Go and tell her now. So that might be, maybe one of them moments whenever it happens because somebody misses you. I miss you, and I wonder what you do. Yeah, I think that's and thank you. I'm going to end it at this because this is a Scorpio, but I really am going to end it now. Thank you. Thank you for being my best friend. Even when I pushed you away, nobody knows me like you do. Now that we can't apply that to those films because they both haven't known each other that long in those films, but it's kind of similar. They've struck up a true connection. And you can't strike up a true connection with somebody you have, a fumble in the dark with, even if it is if you there's some people you could sleep with for years on end and you don't have a connection with them. Connection is oh fuck, is that what we're doing again here? Because it'll be 11. This happens every time. I may as well talk. It's going to be 11:21 again in a few minutes. That's happened every night. Did that not happen last night? And now it's happening again. That's fucking. It's so funny. I don't mean it. They do it. They do it. It's like they make me talk until it. Oh, and who knows? Maybe it's going to be like, is it 444 or 333? No, if it's 11, it's got to be free. It might be 333 because it was 3 hours I spoke for last night, wasn't it? But anyway, I haven't quite spoke yet into the Sag moon, but there's only if you go to sleep now. Well, that's in the UK. I know some in America. What time is it in America? For anyone that's still awake. And I'm still going to do my exercise, damn it. Oh, wait a minute. It's Yeah, so it's 27 degrees. It's nearly 28 degrees. It's 27 degrees Scorpio moon. So I think it's 3 in the morning or something. It moves. Yeah, so it is. It's like 3:37 in the morning UK time. The moon will be in Sagittarius. So basically, if you go to sleep now, you'll wake up and it'll be brighter energy. So I think that is what I was meant to do. And also, I've spoke us into the tower, and that would be a tower if somebody pops up unexpectedly. Expect the unexpected, guys, but don't expect anything because that's how you get let down. I'm leaving you on a riddle. Anyway, I'm not. I can't even be bothered waiting until the numbers. I'm just gonna go. So, and because I'm just like I'm so fucking hungry. It's fine. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I'm going to distract myself with Big Brother. Please pray for me because it's like the thing is I could break. Like I have fasted for a long time, but I was determined to do a certain amount, and I'm going to do it. By the way, I'm channeling. I'm saying this about me, but I feel I'm saying this for other people about other things as well. Oh, wait a minute. I think they want me. So this was a question card I pulled. I pulled this in the video that I will eventually get up at some point that I filmed today. Is there something I should give up or let go of so that I can move forward? Well, is there? That'll be different for different people. Right. And tomorrow we'll crack on with tomorrow and it'll be, like I said, right energy. But yeah, drop in the tiny mic. I'm going to do some exercise. Look, the army, I know I'm talking to them. I'm going to do some exercise and then I'll reward myself with my cup of tea. I would usually reward myself with old Claire would be like, I want to get a chippy and chocolate and a can of juice. But that like but where's that gonna get me? Do you know what I mean? Not anywhere I want to go. But I'm still gonna do it now and again, like don't get me wrong. I'm just like but I fell into a wee bad habit there in the winter. No, can't be doing that. Fucking expensive as well. Do you know how much it fucking cost to order something like that? That's a lot of fucking money. Like, but it's fine. I never go on nights out. That's always justified to myself. I'm like, well, I'm not going on nights out wasting my money, so I want that. I'm getting it. So anyway, I fell asleep, heading to bed now. In fact, yeah, I think a lot of people did. Yes, I'm gonna go. It's 11:21, and that's when they want me to go. See you later. Sleep well.